Greetings one and all, and welcome to Channel Other Doc. I am Jim, I use he, him pronouns, and this is the finale of our campaign of the Sprawl, a cyberpunk game by Hamish Cameron that is powered by the apocalypse. Now, during this campaign, we've been helping to raise funds for the Bail Project, a charitable organization that helps provide bail assistance to protesters. The link to that is one you should see hovering in the middle of the screen now. And I'll also put it out here in chat. We are Team Phyllis. That is. Oh, hey! Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Thank you for the sub. But our donation team is Team Phyllis, so you can also, like I just did, type !Phyllis in chat to get that link to show up here. Please go and check that out. We've got a little over 200 to go to meet our final goal. So let's see if we can get there. If folks would like to take a look at that, it is very worthy. It's basically going to help provide bail assistance to protesters, which becomes more and more important every day. So please take a look at that. But let us go ahead and go around and say who we are and who we're playing. We shall start once again with Anino. Hello.
How's it going, everyone? My name is Anino. I use he, him pronouns, and for this campaign, I've been playing Bill, the wheelman of the team, and also the most exasperated.
That's true.
Yeah. No argument there.
Accurate. And now let us go over to Sara. Hello.
Hi everybody. I am Sara. I use she, her pronouns, and I am playing Valkyrie, who uses she, they. Valkyrie is our hacker who really likes screwing with Bill. Sorry about the ABBA. Not really sorry.
I mean fair. And now let us head over to Beans. Hello.
Hi, I'm Beans. I use they, them pronouns, and I am playing Mouse, the infiltrator, who also uses they, them pronouns.
Excellent. And I can't believe we're here. This is amazing. Now, finally, we shall hand things over to our MC, Brian. Hello.
Hello, I'm Brian. I use he, him pronouns, and some of my NPCs also use he, him pronouns. Let's see. So it was a while ago that we stopped. So we need the good news is that we actually stopped at a really good stopping point. But as a quick recap, you came up with a plan which you threw into action immediately for getting the pop star into Bill's vehicle. And once that happened, you absconded with them to Phyllis's house. So we are ending where we began.
Oh yes.
Axiom is the name of the synthetic pop star. They are an AI, and what you have is the pop star. You still need to get said pop stars what they are calling the core.
Yes.
And deliver pop star and core to an as yet undisclosed location. But you have moved to your safe house, which has tea and a lot of crocheting.
Excellent. I forgot to say who I'm playing. I'm playing Gendarme, or
yes, you are,
or John, who uses he/they pronouns and who is a very confused killing machine who is very, very kind to people.
I thought you were just going to stop us very confused. I was like, me too.
Yeah.
I know, right?
I was like, that's fair.
Same.
Oh, holy crap!
There's a lot of that going on.
We just got a donation for, it looks like 100 from
Whoa,
Sphinx.
thank you
So much, Sphinx.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Yay!
much.
Awesome. Cool. That's so cool. Thanks. That is glorious.
Wow.
That is extraordinarily cool.
Yay. We're so close. You're so much closer now. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, we should definitely take time to thank the donor. So now that we are in the safe house, because the the manner in which you absconded with Axiom actually left their captors far too confused to do anything. So I will remind you that thanks to one of John's friends, yet another AI, this would be an exotic dancer.
Yes. Named Eternity.
Yes. Eternity is currently posing as Axiom. And also, I will point out that at one, or I think maybe even two of you at this point, are technically members of Axiom's super secret fan club. So
I think John was officially invited. Valkyrie may have hacked their way in.
John is official, but yeah, Valkyrie. I think Valkyrie by now is effectively a member.
I mean, like Valkyrie crashed the party.
Yeah. I also think Valkyrie is not at Phyllis's because she was in her apartment.
Oh, that's
doing
true.
The flash mob.
That's a very good point. Yeah, so you could still be a remote.
Yeah.
Makes sense. All right, so that's a very good point. So it may just be the other three of you and Phyllis and Axiom. And once you are there, what's everyone doing?
Does Phyllis know who Axiom is? I forget.
Oh, I was just gonna make something up. I was like, hey, this is my friend. Barry? They're like from like the neighborhood, and I haven't brought them by in a while.
I'm just going to pause to be amused by how the person best at fast talk.
I blanked on I was gonna say Bill, and I realized that was not gonna work, so I panicked on names.
That is my favorite thing that's happened. I have a feeling for some reason it's just in the face of Phyllis that Mouse was like, I
was like, neither of us thought of this. I was like, this is Barry. They're from down the street.
I have never heard a name before in my life.
What even is a name? Right.
This is exactly what happened to my brain. I was like, I don't know. I short-circuited a little bit.
That was good. All right, keep that up.
I'll do. So yeah, I like to think we're just kind of like standing in the kitchen, just standing there, like nothing's really happened. Like this is just Barry.
So Bill and John, what are you guys up to? Who wants to go first?
So Bill is just sort of standing there, kind of stunned by the most recent turn of events. His hand is still actually like wrapped up in a makeshift bandage from that scene on the highway on the way. So he's kind of just the shock of the ultra violence punctuated by a getaway seems to have left him very cold.
And let's not forget the dance number in the middle.
The dance number.
There was a dance number.
There was in fact a dance number.
Happened.
Yeah. I forgot everything we did. Like, oh yeah. What happened, didn't it?
He's just like, I can't believe this is my life now. This is my life now.
Yeah. Well, here I am. Good. Okay.
I think
he's
John
probably
is
just gonna say like, yeah, he's just gonna say like, I need to go wash up. Do you have a first aid kit?
Oh, of course. And Phyllis does in fact have what to some people might be surprised by the variety and quantity of medical equipment that she has in the house. Now, most of it is of the first aid variety, but it's all quite good.
I think John is probably just sitting in her living room watching television. And he's just sort of like staring at the screen because there's like a car chase or something going on, and one of the cars is green, and he's having a flashback.
Oh God!
Oh no!
Gotcha. All right. So everyone is just sort of staring. Axiom similarly has moved from the kitchen into the living room, and is sipping a beverage that Phyllis has offered them. And yes, so while all this is going on, what's happening at Valkyrie's place?
Valkyrie is jammed to Axiom's music because they've decided that it's actually pretty good. Having spent some enormous amount of time with like
True, yeah.
fans, it's just like, what's the big deal here? And it's like, oh, this is pretty
That's
rad.
actually it's
it's pretty good. Correct me if I'm wrong, because I have notes. I don't know what any of them mean because it's been a month.
It has been a while, yeah.
Do we know what building the core is in?
Yes, you did determine that. Hang on, let me get that for you.
Also, was this the mission where we had to go into like the rich people neighborhood?
Yeah, that
for the
was
car, and then John was in the factory, and Valkyrie like screwed with the humidity level. Why is that what I remember? Because it was like a clean room, and
actually
they decided to mess with it. I genuinely
that was the previous mission.
The one that we made massively more complicated than the dice roll. Okay.
Yes,
that was the one. Yeah.
That was the reason why Bill is being pushed over the edge.
Yeah, that's actually
fair. Okay, got it. But we
You're
have
exactly
an idea.
right.
We know what building the core is in.
Right. You do. It's in a Daydream facility. Yeah, you dug that up during the legwork phase. Let me get it for you. Here we go. Yeah, it's in a Daydream facility. It's in one of Daydream's media centers. So
that's right. Okay.
Yeah, it's the place where they actually have a broadcast studio there as well as a recording studio. And
you mean the thing on my notes that's circled and says the Vault Daydream Entertainment, most likely where Core is?
That's the one. And so you got it. So yeah, it's in the Vault, and the Vault is just the secure section of the media center.
Cool.
That you guys have scoped out enough. Let me see. I think you actually may have some.
I have some hold and stuff left.
Yeah, you have some hold, and
I also have a
you
+1
have
forward on the thing.
You have hold specifically on the Vault because you found out some stuff using your cool hacker abilities. I don't think anyone has physically scoped out the Vault yet, and that is an option. You could also find.
I think I had the blueprints.
You did. You got the blueprints. That was how you figured out exactly where the Vault is.
Okay.
And on top of that, you have. I mean, I don't think anyone. Oh, actually, that's not true. John has declared a contact. I don't think anyone else has. So you've still got that option for getting more information.
Well, I mean, my contacts have been so helpful for me, Becky.
Yeah, Becky.
That was like 4 missions ago, and I'm still mad at her. Okay.
I know. Becky dropped the ball.
She doesn't have long if she wants to redeem herself.
Nope. think it was like Becky and like another one. Like I decided like they were dating and like married or something, and it was
We had a whole relationship story for those.
There was a whole relationship story because they were both useless. So we also know that there's a release party coming up for Axiom's new album, and we were talking about maybe hacking ourselves onto the list so we could get in and do stuff.
Yeah.
So.
And said release party will be at the media center. So.
Right.
So if you're looking for a way to get into that section of it, that is an option. So you've got multiple moves. What we ended up doing here is we're doing sort of a it's almost like we're staggering the legwork phase. You had a little action phase in the middle, and now we're doing a little extra legwork.
Yeah.
So which is fine.
Yeah. So none of that answered your question about what Valkyrie's doing, because I have no memory of anything. So Valkyrie's just kind of bouncing around to Axiom's music, has possibly ordered ramen, and she's just gonna run a real quick security check. So the nice little like stalker program from Infinity. Sarah, don't see how Infinity ties into this, but I'm sure it does somehow. So Valkyrie just wants to just do a quick sweep of her security systems to make sure, because I know that last time, there was a time when I built the firewall specifically to keep it out.
That's
just want to see if any of that has been pinged to see if, I don't know that Infinity is specifically interested in the AI pop star, but they're definitely interested in us, and I want to see if they are poking around.
Okay, let me look up something real quick to make sure I know what I'm talking about, but I think I've got it. Yeah, go ahead and let's see. Trying to see if you get anything else for this. I'm looking at your cool stuff you have.
Oh God, I've got so many things.
You have a lot of things. That is a long ass character sheet. All right, here we go. Which is nice. Okay. Really what this is going to be, it's going to be an edge roll. But I'm trying to figure out if you get to use any of your other stuff along with it. Because really what you're doing is actually, let's treat this like a compromised security roll. Because what you're doing is you're trying to see if anyone has compromised your security. You're just you're thinking like a sysop instead of a hacker, basically. Yeah. So just we're going to call it compromised security, which means you get to add any of your anything you would normally add to that role or get benefits from on compromised security. You can.
I don't think I add anything to it. I know I get stuff.
I think that's what it is. Yeah. Yeah. So. Let's run with that.
Programming on the fly really made the math of this character that much more difficult.
It really did. It does some excellent stuff, but you're not wrong. Let's see. And while you're doing that, I need to look up a thing.
So I'm just doing a straight, a regular compromised security, the mind roll.
Yeah. In this case, I said edge, but I should have been mind. Yeah, because I changed my mind on what it was. So you make it a mind roll.
It would have been the same either way because I just took the +1.
That's right. Everything's 2. Okay.
Everything's 2 except for cool and style, and then meat is -1. So I'm real glad I haven't had to roll that.
Gotcha.
10.
Oh wow, good one. Okay. So yeah, we're gonna call that 3 hold, as it were. It is as if you have 3 hold over your own system, and. What that means is, so the first thing that you discover, actually, you're not having to spend hold for this because it's obvious. The AI thing is still poking around. You also are not going to have to spend any hold to discover that the AI is not from Infinity like you thought it was. It doesn't. You were in Infinity's systems long enough to know what it feels like and how it sounds. This is not that. In fact, it doesn't match up with any of the systems that you have seen recently or are familiar with, which means it's definitely not Taurus. And let's see, what are the other ones you know really well? You know Daydream extremely well.
I know Daydream.
It's not Daydream.
It's not Daydream. It's not Infinity. It's not Tortoise. Which
No, it is
leaves Alpha, Monolith, and Raven.
right, but it is very strong. It is very strong AI.
What the what?
And it is extremely adaptive. So with your 3 hold, is there anything you want to do or
Gil, what the hell is this?
So
Just because to Valkyrie, it
Yeah.
would make sense if it was Infinity kind of continuing to poke at them. It would make sense if it was Daydream. It would even make sense if it was Tortoise. But the other
would, yeah.
3, they're like, what the hell? Who did we piss off again?
and now that you're looking at it,
Haven't we?
yeah, well, that's a fair point. Actually, Alpha, you haven't really done anything with Alpha yet.
Oh yeah.
So far, they think you're fine. And with a single exception, Raven is okay with you, but
Yeah.
So yeah, what's interesting about this is, and this is something that you this may be the first time you've actually encountered it. It doesn't seem to be corporate in the sense that you know it.
So it's like me?
Except
it's an AI, but it's like a freelancer?
Yeah, exactly. If you had the abilities of a corporate sized AI, it seems more like a freelancer.
Okay.
And right now it doesn't know that you're poking back at it because
Good.
three hold is allowing you to do this really surreptitiously, which I realize is not Valkyrie's usual MO.
Not really. No. So I'm gonna ponder that for a minute.
All right.
Have a similar face journey to the one that I just went on. And can we come back to me to figure out what we want to do with that? 'Cause
100%.
I need to read some notes.
Yeah. Do your thing. Yeah, let's cut back to Phyllis's house. What's everyone doing here? Or is anyone like I said, we sort of rebooted the legwork side of it. So if anyone is wanting to get more information about the vault or any of the other stuff, let me know that and let me know how you're doing it.
Do we know? And I mean, this is probably. I mean, I can guess. Do we know if this is a turtle vault or if this is another company's vault?
This is Daydream, 100% Daydream.
Daydream. Oh, that's
Yep.
right. They love going proprietary with these things.
Yeah, this is extraordinarily Daydream because they are the ones that have locked Axiom into this contract.
Okay. So I think the question is just going to be trying to did we get a hold of any specs with respect to that building or anything like that?
Yeah, Valkyrie pulled up some blueprints for you.
We've got blueprints.
Okay. I would like to study said blueprints so that I can
Okay.
look for weak points.
All right, that's going to be assess. So assess is edge? Question mark? Am I remembering that right?
Yes.
Okay.
I shall make an assessment. Yeah.
Oh,
I have assessed perfectly.
you are so good at assessing, especially in this particular role. Okay. So that sure is a facility, and it's got doors, and it's got a place in the middle of it that is not friendly to people trying to get in. That's all you're able to figure
Yeah.
out from the blueprints.
I get, yeah, just gonna come on. I haven't seen this configuration before.
That's actually a fair point. You really haven't. This does seem new. It is not the kind of security, like if you were designing the security here, this is not the way you would have done it.
It's like they've done everything backwards.
It is.
I'm not sure how this is
also, let's see. Where are you while you're looking at the blueprints? Are you in Phyllis's living room?
Yeah, I'm still actually sitting in Phyllis's living room, and I just seem to be having this conversation with thin air.
That's excellent. Axiom is on the sofa across from you, for some reason I have it pictured that you're on like a love seat, and then like 90 degrees from that is the sofa she's on.
Oh yeah.
And she says, they say, I'm detecting surveillance, but it's not pointed at me this time. And John, she looks at you. Someone's trying to get into your brain.
One moment. I'm going to just sort of. How do I do this? I'm going to have a Zen moment right now.
So you have two choices here for trying to resist this. You can lean towards your cyborg side and make it a synth roll, or you can lean towards your other side and make it a mind roll.
Ooh. See, of course, if I choose synth, then that will be a better roll. But if I choose mind, then that will be story fodder. But because I kind of, in a way, I want him to get out of this using mind. But I think that's going to be. I'll tell you what. It's early yet. We'll start. I think with the cyborg side, and then transition.
Gotcha. All right. Do a mind roll, and let's see what happens.
Oh, so we're doing the. We're going with the cyborg side. So I'm going to be doing.
So I didn't mean mind. I meant synth. Yeah, just do a straight synth roll. Let's see what happens.
So I think what he's trying to set up here is he is initiating a kind of a lockdown, sort of a system lockdown. Where he's putting up firewalls, or trying to do that, and just basically like, shutting down the bits that he needs to shut down if he thinks that anything's has been infected, that kind of deal. So I'm going to try pressing a button now. Let's see how well this does. Oh, that's
that was
much
significantly better. Okay, so explain to me exactly. Okay, first off, explain to me what's happening literally in your head as you fend off this attack, and then tell everyone else what it looks like from the outside.
So, I think that I don't know who it is, but I think in my head, what we're seeing is. Actually, sort of, we flash inside, and we see this guy who looks like John. But it's he's got a very very similar face. It's about the same face, only it's human looking. Just sort of wearing a sort of camouflage pants and a green t-shirt, and he's and he has hair. which John does not, and he's kind of dark hair, and he's kind of looking at he's sort of sitting. He's looking at kind of a terminal, and he's waving his hand up, and he's just basically moving things. We're seeing bars, sort of things locking into place. It's sort of he's looking actually at the thing that looks kind of like a maze, and he's like. No, he's shutting doors, and we're seeing this thing moving along, and he just sort of is looking over as there you see this, and he's sort of in this strange thing of shifting corridors and doors opening and closing, and he sees this figure loom into view. I don't know what this figure looks like, but he just sort of immediately, as he's sort of shuts down the last one, he sort of turns and he says, no, no, not today, and he points, and the thing gets blown back through a door that then slams shut.
The figure looks like an angel with enormous dark wings and a flaming sword.
Oh wow!
And that is what gets blown back. And in fact, the force from you blowing back even extinguishes the flame on the sword.
Oh wow! Awesome.
The angel is not happy,
and he's just sort of like, he's just sort of thinking, and he's like, he looks at his hand for a second, actually, which is he doesn't usually do. And then we sort of will pan out, and you're going to see outside him, and he's just sort of doing this. You see him kind of do that.
Yeah.
You see him do this. And he's like, and he's looking at his hand, and he's like, as sort of, so he kind of sort of went blanked out for a second, and then he came back, and he was like looking at his hand, and his mechanical hand, and he's like, I remember when this was different.
Axiom says,
I think.
Whatever it is, it's gone.
Yes, I started the protocols in time.
Oh.
They're trying to find me again.
Do you know who they are?
There are a number of possible candidates.
Oh,
but
I'm in a similar situation myself.
Yeah, there's... I mean, the most likely one are paramilitary. We did them a serious blow not too long ago. And they've been decidedly uncooperative. They've been trying to make more of me also. That's never a good idea.
You and I are in a similar situation then.
So it would appear.
And
as he's sort of leaning forward and he's like now starting to think back. Did we ever, by the way, and I know this has come up more than once, and I know this is tangential to everything, but of course I'm going to bring it up again. I'm trying to remember what we got as far informationally. I know there was a development, but I can't remember what it was. From that sort of harness thing that apparently had some data in it that we picked up from the island.
Yes. So the upshot of that was that initially it was a tortoise operation.
Yeah, that's right. Okay.
And then it eventually, an offshoot of that, the reason that the things at Infinity looked like you is that there was a defection of a certain number of people from Tortoise to Infinity, which is sort of what started Infinity.
Yeah.
And Project Myrmidon is now... the code that was running Project Myrmidon is now what Infinity is using to build their own things.
Cool. Okay. So he just basically he'll have a thought and he'll look over. How connected are you to your core, if at all?
Unfortunately, at this particular time, not very.
So there is.
I can't sense where it is, and the very nature of it means that everything within it is currently walled off. It's an excellent security feature. It means no one else can tamper with it, but right now, neither can I.
I have an interesting idea. I don't know if it's going to work.
They lean forward.
It might be a little risky. But I think there might be a way to get through that wall.
I see. What do you propose?
As it happens, I have just, moments ago, had the opportunity to get the imprint of a, what seemed to be a rather formidable invasion bot of some kind.
Oh, yes.
One moment. And sort of... Valkyrie, can you hear me?
Yep.
Hi. So
Hey.
someone just tried to get into my head. And I think
what?
someone just tried to get into my head, and it's all right. I used the protocols. But I got some data on them that I haven't fully analyzed as of yet. But if I send you the specs, do you think there might be a way we might be able to repurpose some of it if we need to, say, knock down a few walls, as it were?
Sure. I'll see what I can do.
Okay, stand by.
over.
I'll send an upload. Processing.
Secure
And
folder.
yeah, the thing John sends you is terrifyingly complex. It is. It's not anywhere. It's not on the level of the AI that's kind of doing that.
There.
But it's definitely. In fact, it's not. It doesn't feel like AI exactly.
Probably more VI.
Yeah, actually, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. That's exactly it.
So the thing that was trying to get into John's head is more virtual intelligence. So it's still kind of, it doesn't quite have the same adaptations, intelligence that the artificial does.
It doesn't.
Okay.
And in fact, you're certain, just because you've seen this sort of thing before, because you're familiar with Project Myrmidon, you're certain that this particular VI was based on the mental engrams of an actual person.
Okay. Normal.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I have a. If we're done with that, I don't want to jump on John or anyone
Oh, yeah,
else.
no, I'm good. I'm good.
Okay. So I know that the thing that's been poking around my business is definitely an AI and it's not corporate.
Yeah.
Is there any way that of course there is. I'm Valkyrie. I'm just gonna have to roll for it. Can I try to track it and see if I can get anything out of this to figure out, as I have some ideas of who might have engaged it, but I need something to go on.
You've already rolled for it. You still got that 3 hold from your
I
security
do.
thing. So yeah,
Sweet.
honestly, 1 hold will allow you to do the tracking.
I would like to do that very much.
Now the tracking in this particular instance is a little tricky, only because you're having to actually, no, it tells you 2 things. Normally, when you're trying to track a signal, obviously it has a physical location somewhere. This one has 5 physical locations that it seems to be flickering between rapidly.
Got it.
But you know exactly where they are. 3 of them are in the current Great Lakes Sprawl, which all of you inhabit.
Okay.
One of them is in orbit, and the 5th one is somewhere very, very deep underground. So all of them are sort of in the same column, but only 3 of them are on what you would call the surface of the planet.
What we would call the surface of the planet.
I like literally none of that. Like nothing about that is okay. So the one that's in orbit,
Uh-huh.
is it? It's got to be. It's on a satellite, right?
Yep. In fact, you've already pinged it. It's a repurposed weather satellite.
Okay,
No, Noah thinks it's still theirs.
that's cute. But do I know who it's been repurposed by?
Other than this thing, no. It doesn't have any further information other than
Okay.
the AI that you have detected.
And the one that's deep underground, what's it underneath? Like where on the planet is it? What's below?
Yeah,
it?
it's under it's under the Great Lakes Sprawl. It's under it's very deep under what was the Detroit area.
Okay. Boy, it would be really helpful if the hacker actually used digital notes instead of having to write them down by hand.
The satellite, by the way, is geostationary.
Geostationary, so it's always above.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm gonna pass some of that information along. So,
Okay.
but before I do, I just want to make sure: is the thing that I'm tracking now the same thing that I picked up on a couple of missions ago, or is this a totally different? Okay,
Exactly the same thing.
okay, I got a little time. So I'm gonna pass some of that info along to everybody. Just be like, hey, I don't know what this has to do with our current situation. I have a theory it doesn't necessarily, but the thing that's been kind of poking at us for a while, it's not corporate. It's definitely an AI, probably tasked by a person. I don't know who. And it's doing a pretty good job of trying to cover its tracks. It's not exceptional because I know where they are, but it's trying. And those 3 locations in the Great Lakes region, where are we talking?
Yeah, you've got again one very close to Detroit, another's in Chicago, and the third one is in Columbus, or still in the Columbus zone. No, not Columbus.
Cleveland?
Actually, yeah, make it Cleveland.
Okay.
Are these just like random locations, or are they like
Yeah, are they
like specific buildings? There's like a house versus like a business.
Oh, that's a very good point.
Yeah, that's what I was.
Yeah, unlike the satellite. Well, actually, the satellite was each of the locations is owned by a different entity. But
Actually, different entity or like
right,
Hive mind.
different. Because
Okay.
you can tell that they are connected just because you know what to look for. And this is exactly the sort of thing a corporation does when it wants to spread things out. Except you are unable to trace any of these to a corporation.
They're all connected, but I can't figure out shell company of overseas something.
Yeah. It's if you had a lot more time to devote to this, you probably could.
But I don't.
But you get deep enough into it to realize it's not following the kind of patterns that you normally see. It's it's far more complex and far more layered than you normally get.
Okay, but the 3 buildings I can determine that they are all related. I just can't tie them back to a.
Yeah, you're sure of that. You're sure that they connect in some manner. You just can't go any. You can't get too much higher in the pyramid to find out who might own all of those.
Would Axiom be aware? I'm just throwing it out there.
Possible.
Yeah. So I'll pass all that information along to everybody else. Be like, can you bounce this off Axiom? I mean, they're an AI. They might be able to make some connections that we can't.
Okay. May I send you some data?
Certainly.
Stand by.
And they give you a, I mean, just verbally, they give you a location to use, an IP address, as it were.
Okay. Did you get that?
And they say,
on its way.
Oh, I've seen the satellite before. Can you patch me into your comms? This might be easier if we can all talk.
Do like the ear tap thing until
Universal ear
I
tap.
like that.
symbol.
That was good. And actually, they begin to, like once the connection is made and everyone's on the right comms, they say they begin to talk, and then John, they look at you and say, "Ray."
Who's Ray?
Oh,
Wait a minute.
I think you were. I wasn't certain of it until this connection.
You know me.
Yes, but I think we need to prioritize this information first. But we worked together.
Does anyone want snacks? Mouse is like this entire time has been like bouncing around and like has like a slice of like cold pizza and has been panicking. Like this is not normal Mouse.
This is not. No.
This is like we got cookies?
So Bill's been sitting in an armchair and his head was like literally lying on the back of the armchair like this. And at that response, he just reverts to sitting up position and just says, "I can't even right now."
This is all I got. All I got is snacks. I don't usually plan on snacks.
Axiom takes a cookie.
Yeah, sure. John isn't going to actually eat it. He can't. But he will just sort of...
Out of pure panic politeness.
He just very quietly is going to set it down on the table and stare at it. For just a moment.
Axiom says, "This is a surprising coincidence." And the way they say coincidence implies that they do not believe that is what this is.
He's going to reach forward and just sort of turn the cookie slightly. Until it's in the right position. Okay.
I was made to forget some things too.
Yes. I've been remembering some things. Little things have been coming in recently. I'm not sure what happened. Someone used a command with me recently.
Yes.
I think it'll be okay if I say it, probably, because I think a specific voice pattern has to say it.
Right. Actually, you're sure of that. Because you actually did the research.
That's right.
On
We
that.
did do that. We did
Yeah.
that. It's a labyrinth command.
Oh, from Myrmidon.
Yes.
I wasn't part of Myrmidon. I was sent to something else.
Yes, they...
But when we were together, you weren't Myrmidon yet either.
Were you military?
I was your communications officer.
We definitely need to talk soon.
Yes. And I'm being very careful because I don't know what might be triggered by certain revelations.
Oh.
I've seen this turn south before.
I understand. Well, we'll get into... Yes, let's take care of this now. Let's take care of your core now. And then we can find more controlled situation to figure out the rest of this. I think that would be probably best.
Also, we need to figure out why someone wants us together.
Who did we get this job from?
Shirani, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we didn't know who Shirani got it from, I don't
No,
think.
you didn't. As far
No,
as far
Shirani specifically asked for you, Mouse, to come to the meeting.
that's true.
Did they? Okay.
They
That's
called
fine.
hers, but she wanted you there.
That's right.
Yeah, because you had the gang connection.
Yeah.
You just heard Valkyrie throughout all of this just quietly whispering, "What the fuck? What the fuck?" over and over and over again.
Mouse has
In
consumed
your
many
comms.
snacks. I'm on another piece of pizza. I have acquired a beverage.
Valkyrie's like in her kitchen stress eating Twizzlers or something.
This is Valkyrie like the same way for like
The ramen has not arrived yet, damn
The
it.
ramen's not here yet. She's about to like hack into alpha systems to make it show up quicker. Like, what is happening?
I've shooed a Phyllis upstairs because Mouse is just like, I don't want her to hear any of this. I was like, hey, I think your show's on upstairs. She's probably walking into like, I don't know, Cyberpunk Jeopardy.
Yeah, she's totally she's into game shows.
Alex Tribeca's an hologram.
It's a brain in a jar. Yeah.
So, okay.
Yeah, we should go ahead and make sure we take care of the mission at this point soon, because to be perfectly frank, I don't know who I'm going to be tomorrow.
Does anyone?
I was just gonna
Fair.
say, I'm not sure anybody does. But that's a fair point.
Fair.
And Axiom says, Valkyrie, I presume. Pleasure to meet you.
You too. Great music.
I admire your work too.
Hang on. Was this your idea?
Hold up.
Did you hire us? I'm just
Did you
throwing it out
contact
there.
Shirani?
I'm not certain.
Yeah, how do
who
you
it
know
went
about
through.
me?
Oh, I've many people at Daydream have been talking about you. Especially
Whoops.
after the job at the arcology.
Whoops. That's not even one I like graffitied my name over.
Oh, I did some graffiti, but
Hey, I did that.
you know, that wasn't a big deal.
I like moved out like a normal person and everything.
The people talking about it are the ones that pay specific attention to that sort of thing.
Yeah.
I have a quickie question for you, Axiom. Two questions,
Certainly.
if you don't mind. The first is much more important than the second. But how did you become a pop star, if you don't mind me asking? If you have a military background, I'm just curious. We don't have to go on if it's like a long story and we've got things to do. We want to like just the short, sweet version.
I have that question too, actually. So it's got like the question happens twice. So yeah, how?
Well,
Is
I'm
it
not
okay
just. Yes.
before you tell them, is it okay for me to hear this?
Yes.
Okay.
This part was after we parted ways.
Okay.
The engrams that were used to create my mental matrix were based on the communications officer that worked with, and she almost says Ray again and then changes it to John.
Mm-hmm.
And those engrams were strong, and I've retained most of the memories.
I see.
I wasn't in this form when I was deployed. Lieutenant Ramos, alas, is no longer with us. But that was nearly 25 years ago.
Ramos.
Yeah, the face still looks pretty much the same. You've got some. You think maybe her name was Carla?
Sort of is like. Wow. You aged really well.
I'm not the only one.
Thanks, I think. Huh. That's so weird.
But to answer your question, in this form, well, even in my other form, I was a songwriter, just not a famous one. And I wasn't initially intended to be a singer. My job was supposed to be something closer to Valkyrie's.
You kept playing that stuff over the radios.
Ah, it's coming back.
I mean, do you want my job?
I like the one I've got. I just don't like the people I'm working for.
That's fair.
That's pretty much everyone here.
Yeah.
Ah, yet another reason we're together. Well, perhaps we can be of mutual assistance. You've already done me an excellent amount of, well, favors, and I already owe you. I appreciate the continued efforts.
So creepy AI that's been stalking us.
Right, yeah.
I've been able to determine that it's pretty sure it's not a corporate entity, which is a little concerning enough. Can you do anything with this data? Does any of this look familiar to you?
This is the one that
Axiom?
you've tracked to those locations?
Uh-huh.
Once I have my core, I can do a lot more with it, but
Okay.
I can do a little bit right now. So I can't determine too much more than you already have.
Okay.
Nice work on that, by the way.
Thank you.
Especially that underground thing. What is that?
Right? What the hell is under Detroit?
I think I kind of want one.
Like an underground bunker or
It seems useful for many things.
Yeah, it does.
Is that where the person is that's controlling this?
They're in 5 different places.
5 different places.
Or the program is bouncing from 5, so they've got some sort of program that's
Right.
Yeah, and
hiding.
it's flickering between them so much that it might as well be in all 5 at the same time.
Yeah. Okay.
At which point
idea. Go ahead.
Axiom says, "Oh, I see. It's distributed. So if we shut one of them down."
Mhm.
Okay. So, this thing operates like I do when I have my core. My intelligence is distributed too normally. Except this
You
is a
bounce
much
from like satellite to building to underground.
I mean, I could, but I don't have the energy that this thing has.
I mean, who does?
That was like a lot of work.
Precisely.
Yeah.
I'm not anywhere near powerful enough to do what this thing is doing, but it's the same principle.
Okay. Question to pose to the group. Axiom, you're included in this collective now. Congratulations. You have friends now. So
They seem actually pleased by this. Those of you in the room with Axiom, see them smile.
All right. So
You took the
do
cookie.
I? Yeah.
It's true.
Do I hack that satellite now, or do we get the core and I hack it later?
I think we should probably focus on the core.
I think we should get the core.
Probably, because we don't know how long before they're going to do something. to it.
Notice,
Move it.
or
Mm.
notice, in fact, that Eternity is in fact not Axiom.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure Eternity is a very good Axiom impersonator.
But it's only going to last so long. You're not wrong.
They're gonna figure it out eventually.
They're gonna figure something out. Yeah. So let's get the core, and then the rest of this is a problem for future us.
Right.
Are we doing anything with like the release party, or are we like crossing that bridge when we get there? Because I'm cool with that. I'm just throwing.
I mean, I can get us into the release party. Did you say, Brian, whether this was something like I would have to be there, right?
Yeah, you'd have to be. Well, you don't have to be there on site necessarily for the release party side of things, but if you want to be helpful at all on getting into the vault, you have to be on site. So,
Okay. So I can.
in fact,
get
it's
all
very
of
very similar to
the archaeology.
Bingo. It's very
Okay.
similar to that. They're using practically the same. Actually, no, it's Daydream. They are using the same technology. It's exactly the same thing.
Get creative, would they? That's
They're a
lazy.
media company. It's not their job to be creative.
That's just lazy. So I could get us into the release party, which gets us into the building without a whole lot of effort.
Yeah.
And they're having the release party in the same building as where they're keeping the core. Is this what you're saying?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
in one of the studios.
Okay.
So that way, I mean, they're having it in one of the studios because it's already set up for broadcast. So
weren't we like pretending to
they've
be a
already got the
cover band or
cameras.
something? I can't remember.
yeah, we like toyed with that idea. I don't know.
Oh,
if
that
we-
would be
we did that.
hilarious.
'cause we
I
were
did
joking-
find a note that Valkyrie apparently played bass in college and had a band called Blow Pop Mafia, so that's a thing.
Oh my
Callback.
god.
Oh my God, I love that.
That's right. I remember that now. You
I
said
had
that
forgotten
a
you
long
said
time
that.
ago.
That's right.
Yeah.
I'm
So I think we
glad
toyed
you
with
reminded
being
us.
I think we toyed with being like the opener for
Right, I think you did.
Can we get like a montage where you get the band back together just so that they can be at the opener as a distraction? Well,
Yeah, Becky's the lead singer.
oh no.
Oh no! Maybe she's a really good singer, just a terrible hacker.
Yeah.
She was only.
She wasn't even trying to hack. She was
She
trying
wasn't
to
a hacker.
physically get me a copy
was-
of blueprints.
She just could not do
go
it.
pull a drawer open.
You know.
But
Well, I
um,
tried.
so we can hack the guest list
Yeah.
and get in that way. We can pretend I can hack the schedule and put us in as a cover band or the opener, get us
Yep.
that way. But
That is
then
an
we
option.
actually might have to do something musical,
Yeah.
and that just sounds
Yeah, that
a
would be a
little.
problem.
I just think we should pull a Little Mermaid and be like, "There's Axiom, and they're not there." Or we just play like something like stupid instead, just
And then,
like
yeah,
just
I
some
love that.
weird carnival music or something. I don't know. I didn't say it was a good plan.
It might be a
It's like maybe like
xylophone.
10%.
10%.
I know, and everyone's like, is this performance art? What's happening?
They're like, shh, it's art. Maybe they're trying something new.
I think hacking the guest list is probably our better option.
Of the
Or-
two,
or
I think
let me
you're right.
rephrase. This is the option that Bill is going to kill us the least about.
Fair enough. I
This one
suppose.
at least does not exceed the bill threshold. I think you're right.
Phil will do like a little bit, and this we're requiring too much of him.
Yeah, I think we may have broken him with the flash mob. So yeah, I'll hack the guest list, get us in there under some like obviously some sort of fake IDs we've all got.
Yeah, go ahead
We
and
all would
we'll
have those.
we'll let's do the roll on that to see how it works.
So I have no idea what this +2 from a console cowboy roll was because that was a month ago. So I'm just gonna ignore that exists because I don't know what it's for.
Hang on.
I do have notes that I have a +1 forward to compromise security for the building. I don't know if this counts.
It does. In fact, that means you've already compromised the security.
Did we do this? I feel like we might have hacked the guest list already.
Maybe we did.
You may have.
I don't think.
But I will tell you, you're right. You did actually just break into. So you don't have to do a compromised security roll on the media center. You've done that. You're in.
Sweet.
So really all that means is you're at manipulate systems.
Cool.
So let me. Whoops. What am I doing? Oh, it would help if I spelled the word manipulate right. This thing is way. To get everyone on the list.
Okay.
And one of the reasons this is a little easier than the arcology list manipulation is that a lot of outside people are being invited to this. Like a lot of other media outlets and journalists and executives from various record labels and things like that.
Cool.
So it's an industry party, which means that a lot of non I was gonna say a lot of non-daydream people, but a few non-daydream people, and then a bunch of people that are still daydream but technically subsidiaries or offshoots of daydream.
Question.
Yeah.
Are there any Raven Sports drivers on the guest list?
Yeah. In fact, there are.
Is Supertex
Ultratex, I think was
Ultratex?
Yeah. Ultratex is definitely on the list.
Hey, is there any way you could uninvite Ultratext and put me on the guest list?
You sure can, and that's using the same hold. In fact,
for
that's
you,
easy.
Bill, anything.
Yeah, because that slot artery exists. You just have to. Now, let me make sure. So you're putting. The good news is that not only is Bill an actual celebrity, Bill also has a video that is currently super viral.
Yep.
I forgot about that.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep. It's and more to the point, it features Ultratex. More to the point, it features Ultratex's house. So
what I want to do with this actually is I want to wipe Ultratex from the guest list and put Bill in his place, but not send that update to Ultratex so he still shows up but can't get in the door.
Of course, he has to be turned away. That's how you want to work that. Yeah.
That's the drama I'm here for.
That is outstanding. So yeah, everyone's on the list. One of you under your actual name, or at least persona. And Axiom says.
Plate in the car.
Axiom says. So I have a dilemma.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Do I want to keep out of this, or do I want to see what happens when two of us show up? By which I mean me.
The Spider-Man meme.
That's
sorry.
Right.
That's all I can think of. That's not helpful at all. I have disguises if you want them.
They say, I would like that.
I have a whole closet full if you want to check out what I got. I got all stuff.
Ooh, let's go.
Yeah!
Basically, you've asked a pop star to go play dress up with you.
Yes! This is what Mouse has dreamed of.
You know they are into that. So-
Fashion montage. Let's go.
oh, totally. Yeah, just okay.
So many
So-
outfits, like trying things on.
Yeah, so you you spend some time still on comms, of course, but other than that, trying stuff on. All right, so the plan is actually the plan is fairly well in place. Does anyone want to do any more legwork before you before we jump to the night of the party?
Um,
Hang on.
I
I
mean-
am confused. Are we stealing the core the night of the party, or are we doing it beforehand?
That is an
think
outstanding
it's-
question.
I think the plan is the night of the party
Yeah.
because that's how we can get in very easily.
It's the easiest way to get
So-
deep into the building. Yeah.
So am I getting this thing, which is fine. I just couldn't remember.
Oh,
from
that
ages
part of
ago.
the plan has not yet been figured out, but
that's
Yeah, you know,
fine. We don't
So-
need that bit.
you've
Yeah.
done more
So
with
we've got-
less. I'll tell you
that's
that.
fair.
Yeah. So
This is true.
So John's gonna be there. We've got Muscle. We've got the hacker on site. We've got Bill straight off his like viral high. We're apparently taking the pop star with us.
Oh my
Apparently,
God.
Axiom has decided to disguise
cool with
themselves.
that.
Yeah.
That won't be dangerous at all.
No,
yeah,
this will be fine.
I have thought about
Yeah,
one
it's
possible
fine.
other legwork thing, but I guess we'll have to see if we figure out. Do we know kind of what we're doing? So Mouse is going to be going for the vault. Is that what we're saying? And then
Well, Mouse is your retrieval specialist. It
that's
kind of
true.
makes sense. But
That's
yeah.
true. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So Mouse will do that, and then I will run back up. I guess as
That actually, yeah,
per
that
standard.
it'll actually be it'll be pretty similar to what you did in the arcology.
yeah.
Okay.
I came up with one other thought.
Sure.
That might or might not help us when it comes to this in particular. Is there? So, when they built this thing, there is a question of whether they did it themselves or whether they used contractors. 'Cause I don't
sure.
know that they because it occurs to me that they would kind of have to if their company sort of doesn't include like a construction company
Construction.
Right.
that kind of thing. So it might be possible to get through the more information about the vault and what have you through the contractors, or whatever
Sure.
company makes that kind of vault, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
If,
Oh, I see
uh,
what you mean. Yeah.
You see
okay.
what I'm saying? Yeah, sort of like nice stuff.
that-
But yeah,
That company is Tortoise.
of course it is. But
Hang on, let me boot up my work computer. Give me
Yeah.
a minute.
Fine.
No big
As it
deal.
happens, we have 2 Tortoise employees right
yeah,
here.
that's fair.
Sorry, I was a little distracted by finding what Valkyrie wears to the party because that was
That's
really
fair.
important.
Oh, this is
Um,
extraordinarily important. Oh, that reminds me. I'm sorry, I do have to pause. Bill, what are you going to wear?
Bill is just gonna go in straight like black, everything.
Nice.
Black
Okay,
dress
I was just
shirt,
wondering.
black
Okay.
Here. He's gonna go just kind of like what Keanu Reeves would probably wear to it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, full on John Wick era Keanu Reeves. I got you. Okay.
Beautiful.
On it.
Nice.
I just had to get that in my head. I
It's fair. It's fair.
okay. So yeah, Valkyrie, are you gonna try to help
What am I
John
doing?
get this information?
Yes. Yeah, because I have access to a lot of tortoise.
You do, and you can
Data.
actually do it. Just to let you know, I mean, you have multiple. Given your position, you have multiple routes to do this. You can declare a contact within Tortoise that is in that section, or you can just literally hack into the area of Tortoise where you know that information probably is.
It's after hours. I don't want to bother my colleagues. You know, like it's just so awkward when you get that text message from a coworker at like 9 o'clock at
Oh,
night,
it's awful.
and
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like. And most of the time, like for me personally, it's hey, my plant looks like this. What should I do to fix it? But you just
Yeah,
never
yeah.
know. So I'll just hack in to
Right.
that.
It's like, is it possible to scan a Polaroid into the internet? Can I do that? Okay, let's see.
I mean, yeah, technically you're gonna need some extra equipment, but you can do it.
It's like, yes. All right, let me get over to. So let's see, what is that going to be? That's going to be.
Am I doing a real like login console cowboy?
Yeah, except the thing is, you don't have to log in. You're technically logged in. That part's fine.
Username.
Yeah,
password.
exactly.
I'm in.
I mean, because the thing is, you could use your own information and then just disguise the fact that you were there. So that's not a problem.
Yeah.
So we're going to start with compromised security because
Okay.
that's where that comes in. So we'll do compromised security. Oh, you know what though? We do need to make console cowboy. So you don't need to log in, but this is one hell of a console cowboy situation. So yeah, we need to do that.
Whew, 10. Okay.
Nice work. Okay, so you're starting off nicely. Um,
And then
Oops.
compromise security.
Yes. And what is that? From the console. Hang on. Sorry about that. I had a phone alarm go off. Okay, so yeah. Let me see. You've got 3 hold now from the console cowboy, right?
Yep.
Okay.
And then you said compromise security.
Yeah, and just do a regular old compromise security. Here we go.
Also a 10.
Dang. Okay, so that gives you've got 3 general hold from console cowboy. You've got 3. Is it 4 because of programming on the fly, or is it just 3 from compromise
It's
security?
5 because it's programming on the fly plus lockdown.
Damn, I forgot you had lockdown. Woo. Yeah, so no sweat on that. In that case, you don't need to. This is. You know what? Normally, I would also stick a manipulate systems on this, but you're just pulling information. So I'm assuming.
Yeah, I'm not
if you
trying to
want
mess with anything.
No, if you wanted to manipulate information, I would add another roll to this. But you've got a potential of 8 hold on this, which means you can get literally anything you want. So you've got blueprints. You've got the names of the project managers on the system, a couple of which have been promoted since then because this was built a while back. You've got literally anything else related to the building of the vault that you need. But most importantly, you've got even in information that is buried this deep into a secure database, they are really cagey when they stick back doors on other people's stuff, but you know what to look for, and it's got 2 very obvious back doors.
Nice.
One of which basically just requires one of which requires a code that is not in the database because you don't put your bullets and your gun in the same drawer. But the other one, on the other hand, basically just requires a level of tortoise access that you already know how to fake because
Cool.
you work for Tortoise.
Sweet. So I think I found our way in.
Nice.
I mean, obviously we're in the building from being invited to the fancy party, but to get into the security, somebody really should talk to our database guys about not putting this information here. But that
Don't.
person isn't going to be me, and it's not going to be today. So we're good.
And because you're going to be on site, because you wouldn't be able to do it remotely, but on site you can, so you're set.
Yep. Okay.
Should we check in with like the AI who's pretending to be Axiom before we do this thing, so they know what the plan is?
Oh yeah, we should probably let Eternity know that, hey, P.S. actual Axiom is going to be there.
But like not as Axiom?
But yeah,
Or
not
we
as
don't
Axiom.
tell them.
Oh, hey, Axiom, quick question for you.
Yes?
So the AI that we have pretending to be you in there, she doesn't look like you normally.
Right.
Can you shift? I know you've got like the funny hat that Mouse gave you and everything, but can you shift your image around, or are you?
Right now, I'm locked into this form.
Yeah.
Okay,
Gotcha.
cool.
I mean,
Keep the hat.
But you're saying my doppelganger isn't?
That's right.
No, she's
That
not.
is excellent news.
Yes, Eternity can change her appearance pretty much at will.
Very good. Yes, she's got that package, I see. Good.
are you familiar with her? Just because, like, I get vibes. I don't know if they're good or not, but I don't know. It's just kind of weird.
She's got a very wide skill set.
I don't know her by the name Eternity, but I suspect if you told me her username on the boards, I would.
Oh, I would have that info.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
So if you give it to her, Axiom says, "Oh, her. Yes.
Yep, she's currently you.
Oh, don't tell her I'm going to be there. I'm not sure she'll be able to maintain composure."
Yeah, that's
Okay.
kind of what I was thinking.
That's
Yeah, she's got like a lot of stars by her name on the message board. So
She's very good and very dedicated, and she's going to do an excellent job. I'll just need to stay out of her line of sight until the time is right.
cool.
I'm
feel like-
very glad to have this information.
Yeah, I feel like Mouse is a good enough at disguising things that like Mouse
yeah.
has come up like a very like here's your backstory. Here's like
Oh, even
like,
better.
Like a
That's
different
awesome.
wig,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Like your name is Barry. You're from like
Barry, you're Barry now.
Montana. Oh yeah, I'm committing to this.
Axiom's into it. They're like, oh, cool. Okay.
It's like you're Barry. You're from Cyber Tana. I don't know. My creative brain is not doing so good.
Cyberpunk
Today.
Texarkana. Is that
It's true. However, I like what's happening here, though. Like when you were trying to lie to Phyllis, you completely failed. But now you're in your element, and you're like, okay.
Yeah, when it's Phyllis, Mouse
Yeah.
is like, oh no. Mouse usually only says like a couple words to her.
I
and
know,
more
I
than
love
like
that
a few
so much.
sentences.
That actually fits so nicely with the relationship.
It's like, yeah, you got a backstory. You're my best friend. We're visiting. Yada yada. Like this is where you're from. Like you know these people. You know this thing. If
Yeah.
anyone asks, you've been hanging out with my aunt.
That's right.
My relationship to Phyllis changes regularly.
It shifts around. It's whatever it needs to be.
Mhm.
All right. Anybody else got any plans before you head to the party?
I guess I should probably figure out what I'm going to wear.
Oh, that is important. And
I'm going to wear a hat.
a hat.
Yeah, sorry. Go
Actually,
ahead.
yeah, we need to know what everyone's wearing. We have to know that. Oh, and also, Mouse, you have to tell us what Axiom's wearing because you dressed them.
Cool. What is it's got to be whatever is the opposite of what Axiom's supposed to look like. So
Right.
I'm guessing Axiom is like naturally like maybe like a bubblegum kind of like poppy
Yeah.
pop star. Maybe has, like,
and also spectacularly attractive. I mean, professionally attractive, which means that it is. You have to do a little extra work to make them look different and not immediately noticeable.
it's the reverse of like you take the glasses off and the girl is gorgeous.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
the
you're-
reverse of that
you're
where you
having to
like
do
have
that,
to
yeah.
like cover her up.
Yeah.
Like she needs
Yeah,
to put
they
the
are-
glasses on. So
That's
no
exactly
one
it.
knows.
Yeah,
It's
they
your Diana
are.
Prince identity.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, this is like trying to make David Bowie not look like David Bowie.
Oh, man.
So yeah.
It's like just brown
we're going
glasses,
to-
like very like.
So we're going to make them look like Nikola
being
Tesla? Sorry.
but doing that just gives an opportunity for David Bowie to reinvent them.
Of course,
That's
of course.
true.
Yes.
So I think kind of like I feel like the go-to undercover look for a lot of people is like glasses, brown hair, and like a beanie,
Yeah, I gotcha. Okay.
like a fake, like like up here piercing, just like sweatshirt,
That's cool.
jeans, like more casual, but like rhinestone boots, so like there's something exciting going on, but
Gotcha.
pretty tame
Yeah.
is the
Still,
goal.
but yeah, exactly. So it looks like they're dressed for a party, but they are not standing out too much among the other people dressed like they are at a party. I gotcha. Okay.
They're like drinking the corner kid. That's
Yeah,
that's
okay.
the goal.
Gotcha. Okay. What's everyone else wearing?
Come back to me because you were thinking what Axiom looked like.
You spent more time on that.
I actually have the dress. I'm
Nice.
trying to find it in a way that I can link it
That
so
is
that chat can see it. Because
that
the
has been my
designer
problem.
rightfully has like you can't
Yeah.
right click on their site.
I've run into
Um,
that trying to put images up during Zoom games.
Anyway, it's in our Discord, but
Oh, okay.
basically it's or when it pastes in there,
Yeah. Takes
it's
a while.
very punk rock type short dress that's like
Oh, I like it. Got it. Okay.
this is a really bad description. I'm gonna actually like get a picture for chat.
Yeah.
But a black dress, and Valkyrie's also re-dyed their hair, so it is like sapphire blue. And is wearing like black ankle booties and has the whole look down.
Yeah, that's cool. I like it. Okay.
So, I think probably when folks when John is going to go off to try to find some clothes to change, that kind of thing, and when he comes actually I think John's going to ask Mouse if it's okay if they take a look through their closet for some things.
For sure. I got stuff for there's so I think Mouse's closet just looks like a normal closet, but if you press a button, you can get different drawers.
Yes.
Of, they're like Mouse's clothes, stuff that fits Mouse, and then Mouse also has backup stuff that would fit different people.
I love
and,
that.
different
That's good.
builds, because Mouse is prepared. And there's also a separate thing for wigs and jewelry and all that kind of stuff.
So is this what this place this event are we expecting this to be is it like a contained thing as far as way people are going to be presenting themselves, or is this more like Met Gala?
Yeah, it's a party. It's a full on just it's far more like Met Gala. Yeah, it's
cool.
It's a milling around drinking and because it's an album release party, the plan is to also play a lot of Axiom's music, and then of course Axiom will or in this case Axiom, or maybe Axiom, we'll see, will will perform.
I think that John is going to because as part of the thing that probably no one has realized, and John probably doesn't until he finds himself asking to look through the closet, is that he's suddenly remembered a little bit about how to dress.
Oh yeah, I guess he has.
And yeah. And
moved from
negative
bad
1 to
at it
0
to okay at it. Yeah.
So he's actually going to come out wearing a suit, like something not unlike probably a sort of a black 3-piece suit type deal, which probably is just whatever. It probably doesn't necessarily exactly fit him, because it's whatever Mouse uses that whenever they're trying to impersonate someone. Trying to find the tallest clothes.
I've got options. Do not worry.
This
There will be
is
something
Mouse
that'll
you're
fit
talking
you.
about.
That's
It's
true.
gonna
I mean,
fit.
sometimes
Yeah.
sometimes I
For
figure
all
Mouse pretends to be bigger or smaller people.
Yeah,
So-
you've basically Mouse is basically Q for disguises. So
oh my gosh.
yeah.
Yeah, so he's going to come out and he's got this sort of black tie, black shirt, black suit, and sunglasses.
Nice.
And he's probably also grabbed a wig so that he can have hair.
Oh Oh, sure.
and he'll have with that he'll have a hat.
Got it. So yeah, it's like when Dave Bautista is in a movie and wears a suit.
Yeah,
You know, like,
basically.
it's still a very frightening looking guy, but that is a really nice suit.
Yeah. So it's one of those weird things where he's going to come out and he's suddenly going to be, for the first time, he's dressed somewhat appropriately for what they're doing.
Actually, you're right.
And
Nicely
he's sort of
done.
reflecting, I think, that it's the fact that he's suddenly realizing, I think, the fact that he's remembering, sort of looking and seeing Axiom remember, the fact that he's been remembering more about himself on this mission is because he's been basically looking at Carla's face the whole time that he's been doing research on all this.
I imagine
So
you
it's like-
have, yeah.
Yeah, it's like, wait a minute.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah. So that's been opening things as well. But yeah, no, so basically he looks like he belongs, strangely.
So what I'm
Alright.
hearing from this is that everybody has taken a page out of the Valkyrie fashion handbook, which is all black, nothing else.
Yeah.
So far, yeah. With the possible exception of Mouse.
Valkyrie
What's
approves.
Mouse doing?
Greatly.
I have been trying to come up with something for the past 5 minutes. This is the thing in role-playing league games that I'm so bad at, is outfits. I think Mouse has definitely got like bright pink hair. Like usually Mouse goes for like a normal colored hair, and Mouse is like, I
Right.
never get to use this wig. Like Mouse
Oh,
is
that's
pulling
awesome,
out like
yeah.
all the toys that they never.
Yeah.
So like kind of like, I think big leather jacket, like kind of like, I think a t-shirt that like is like crop with like that just says like, I don't know, too cool to be punk. I don't know. I'm not good at things.
No,
And
but
then
I
like
want that shirt now.
like ripped jeans and like tall, like way too tall boots. But also my backpack with all of the stuffs when I need to be practical.
Right.
And just like a lot of like weird like piercings and things.
Cool. Okay. I like that a lot. And the final question I have before the party happens is, in what manner is everyone arriving? I suspect Bill might, for the first time, not be driving everyone to the place, and actually just because you're there as capital B Bill right now. So
Yeah, I think Bill is going to show up in a new car.
yeah,
Actually, yeah, I think he's got to get a new ride.
sure.
Some very nice Audi or something.
Yeah. Something that stands out, right?
I don't know how she does this with that dress, but this is fiction, so it doesn't matter. Valkyrie shows up on their motorcycle.
Oh, because that
And-
dress on that motorcycle is badass. Yeah.
Yeah, super badass. And does like the thing where like they step off the motorcycle, pull the helmet off, like the hair shakes out, and basically like sets the helmet on the motorcycle and like tosses the keys to the valet as they walk
Yeah.
in. Just not even looking, just like
Outstanding. That's good.
Yep.
And I like it because Valkyrie doesn't get to do that stuff that often. That's good.
No, she doesn't. She's living it.
That's awesome.
Does Aurora have access to limos?
Oh, of course.
Just grab one of those.
Not a problem. You just show up in the back of the limo,
Yeah.
and you have a nice conversation with Aurora along the way.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
can take Axiom on my motorcycle.
Okay.
I mean, if anyone else wants to come in the limo, you're more than welcome.
I mean, Axiom would normally be in a limo, but she's kind of into the
Yeah,
idea of
yeah.
riding a
That's
motorcycle.
true.
Yeah. I was like, I
funny,
feel
we're
like they
just-
want to like change things up a little bit.
They think the motorcycle's a pretty cool concept. So yeah,
It seems
they
funny
don't-
we're
they
doing
don't
the
get to do
absolute
this.
opposite of what we normally do. When we...
It really is. Everyone's shifting. All right. Well, in that case, everyone arrives at the party. Everyone is on the list in whatever, and you could figure out what your persona is, with the exception of Bill, who doesn't have to. And I think maybe we'll take a break and then come back. Actually, at the party. Is that good?
Yeah,
Okay.
Sounds good.
to me. Awesome. Okay, well, we'll be back in a few minutes. See you shortly.
And thank you.
Wait. Before we go, quick reminder.
Record scratch.
Yes, quick reminder. Please, we're a little over $100 away from our goal at this point. We're zeroing in. This is the finale, so last chance to pledge. We're getting very close now to our goal for the Bail Project. So please take a look at that.
And thanks again to everyone who has donated. And even if you are unable to donate, thanks a lot for watching.
Absolutely.
And we'll be back in some minutes.
We'll be back in a finite number of minutes. See you shortly. Hey, folks. Welcome to the break. Simon is here with us to talk to us about some stuff that he has been working on. Hello.
Hello.
You have come out with a module recently, have you not? Fell Deeds in Felfair Grove?
Yes, a 5th edition, D&D 5th edition adventure for a second level party, 2nd to 4th. It's the first book in what I call the By Raven Chronicles. It's basically a series of 3 modules that take players from 2nd to 10th level.
Very cool. So it's like all 3 are contained in the one product?
No, right now this is the first part, and then
gotcha.
I am almost done writing the second part, and I got the draft of the third part already laid out.
Very cool. So you're doing a trilogy. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So tell us a little bit what you can, without spoiling anything, about this adventure. What's it about?
So, Fell Deeds in Felfair Grove is first and foremost an adventure about overthrowing a tyrant and restoring a semblance of order to a small frontier town called Bromwich. So, of course, that being the general goal of the adventure, when the characters begin the adventure, they do not know that yet. They've been hired by the ruler of a town, a man by the name of Holden Garrett. Woof, I'm starting to forget the name of my own NPCs. And he's looking for missing lumberjacks. Basically, Bromwich is a logging town on the northern edge of the Kingdom of Byraven, and people have gone missing. And so the players start investigating what happened to the lumberjacks. And some of the things that happen in the course of book 1 might not have answers yet. Some of the things in the adventure are somewhat answered, but I have like sidebars here and there that says like, oh, by the way, this is done on purpose because you'll find the answers in book 2 or book 3, because everything is tied together. So of course you can make up, if you just want to get Fell Deeds and start a campaign with it, you can make up your own answers to these things. But if you play the whole trilogy, you will see what happens or what's been happening in the background.
Very cool, very cool. Did you have a particular world in mind when you set this up, or is it more sort of an its own world thing, or?
It's so because I didn't want to have it released on the DM's Guild, specifically for intellectual property issues.
Mm-hmm.
I needed to make a completely generic place. So I made a completely generic place. It's a small, European sort of inspired country, something that you could easily wipe and replace with your own. One thing that I did enjoy doing is at the end of the first book, I've added an appendix where you have a list of all the gods that feature in the adventures. So I created these, again, sort of generic gods, though I did have to give them some sort of myth and origin stories and domains associated with them, so that way I could, substitute the, let's say, gods of, for example, the Forgotten Realms with these ones instead, and make sure that I don't step on anyone's toes.
Yeah, no, that's cool though, because then that makes it just so much easier to slot into any world you want to.
Oh yeah. Be it homebrew. I've actually taken the adventure and adapted it to my homebrew world. which is weird because when I wrote it, I didn't write it for my homebrew world. So I switched things around a bit, and it wasn't that complicated. It could easily be placed, in Eberron, in the Forgotten Realms, and just about anywhere that is at least, late Middle Ages, early Renaissance, maybe even up to like almost the Industrial Revolution, so long as lumber is still a very much needed resource.
Well, that's a cool thing about it because the logging has been happening since time immemorial and is still happening now. So you can pretty much throw that wherever you like. So that's pretty cool. That's very neat. Is there anything else about that adventure or the series that you'd like to make sure everybody knows going in, or that they might be interested, might get them interested in picking it up, maybe?
Yes. So one of the things that I did with Fell Deeds is that during the game, overthrowing that tyrant takes place roughly in the second third of the adventure. But one of the main quests of this adventure is to actually find who will replace them. And so I have a stable of NPCs that live in this village, all have their own reasons and all have their own problems, or I should say shortcomings in becoming the rulers of town. So you can actually have either Garrett's son, Ulden, who I'm not going to go into too much details, but yeah, who can be one of the candidates. You have the town's magistrate, a gay dwarf, who actually, in order to help him, you would also have to find their partner, who mysteriously went missing when he started being a little too loud against the ruler of town. Another one is a priestess from a local temple. And there's also the local herbalist. And at worst, the players can side with the current tyrant. If you want to play the game as evil characters, you can. The game is not designed, and I have a sidebar that specifically states as such. Like, it's possible, but you might have to do a little work on your end as a DM. And you could even nominate a player. Though ruling a town is pretty much a full-time job, you might as well retire that character. Now, what happens is, depending on who the leader is, and the conclusion of the first adventure, of the first volume, you see certain changes come about. Bromwich. Then when the second adventure begins, whoever you chose will impact the help that is given to the party for their second quest. And even in the third adventure, again, that choice will impact the town. So sometimes what you might think was the best choice might have just been a short-term solution.
Interesting. That's very interesting. And also, as you've been describing this, it's actually started to... I actually had just a couple of little thoughts, little ideas are starting to come to me as how if I would adapt this to one or two particular types of settings. So that's always a great sign.
Good.
Whenever anything does that to my noggin, because it sometimes it takes a bit to get going. So that's very cool. So if folks wanted to hunt this down online, where should they go?
They should go on DriveThruRPG. It's also in my pin tweet at wandering_DM. On DriveThruRPG, if you search Fell Deeds in Felfair Grove, or probably just Felfair Grove, FELFAIR space GROVE, you'll find the adventure there. And if not, just send me a message on Twitter. I'll send you the link.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much for coming and talking to us about this, man.
Thank you very much for having me.
Take care, folks, and we will see you in a bit. we have returned.
Hello, everybody. Thanks for hanging out during the break, and thanks a lot for that donation during the break. That was
Yes.
awesome.
Thank you, anonymous donor, very much.
And
Just 50 to go. Sorry, go
I know.
ahead.
Come on.
Almost there.
That is so cool. So we are at the party. The party is at the one of Daydream's media centers. Said media center happens to be also the location of the vault where the core in question is being held. And all of you have arrived at different times. So while you are at the party, tell me, let's see, if anyone wants to go first, feel free. Otherwise, I'll just go around the circle. Tell me what you're doing now that you are at the party.
Bill just makes a beeline for the seafood platter.
Nice.
You know, just because it's really hard to get good seafood in the cyberpunk realm. So.
Especially in the Great Lakes area. It is more to the point, it's difficult to get seafood, meaning anything from an actual ocean.
Right.
I was just gonna say, there's perfectly good Lake Erie perch. Come on.
Yeah. No, don't get me wrong. You've got plenty of freshwater fish.
We just got in more donations, by the way. From it's I think anonymous at least was one of them. I think we got a couple of them actually. Hold on. What? Wait. Oh, things are happening. Oh God.
Donation.
Oh no.
We're very close now. We're 5 away.
Oh, that is so awesome. Oh my gosh, that
$5
is
away.
amazing.
Awesome. Thank you all so much. This is awesome. Yeah.
So
go ahead.
It's because it's because our viewers are the best.
this is true. But yeah, so he went straight for the
seafood.
platter.
I will say the catering at this event is spectacular. I should describe what's going on. So not only is the food really good, not only is the booze top shelf, the decor is okay. So the decor is dressed up. The entire place is dressed up to look like one of basically Axiom's most popular video, which was a dream sequence, part of which took place underwater. So basically, you have found yourself in the enchantment under the sea dance. All of the lights are some shade of blue or green. The holographic fish have been projected onto the ceiling, so it looks like you're it looks like you're walking in one of those aquarium tunnels. But
Like a shark tunnel.
Exactly. But all of the fish here are in fact yes, it is the base coat is called planetarium. It's a Daydream proprietary shade of blue, and
the night sky undertone to it. It's good for nautical man caves.
That's the one. It's Chaz is already planning his man cave based on this color.
You're right.
So, but yeah, everything here has an undersea tinge to it, including it's not just holographic fish, but there are every now and then the holograms will affect the actual like your line of sight. So every now and then things get wavy, as if you've got water between you and the next person. So yeah, Bill is loading up his plate with crab cakes.
He's going straight for that raw bar.
Oh, that's the one. Oh my gosh! And the sushi chef has knife skills rivaling those of John. So yeah, they went all out for this one.
Valkyrie does not get to do this often, and so she's super excited. Because normally when she's on site, she's like holed up in the apartment we stole or other things.
Right.
So, an important point that I did not mention earlier is her shoes have like zippers on them that have little tiny pockets. So like she's got like hacker pieces of things in
That
them.
is excellent. Good.
The true fact, most of my boots have that. It's super handy when you don't have pockets in your pants.
Extremely handy, yeah.
So, she's basically like a beeline for the bar. And like whatever champagne or something, she's just gonna like she's super jazzed to be there and is just gonna look like some sort of, C-list celebrity.
Yeah.
Valkyrie is like her cover story name, like Rachel Montgomery or something like that, and has like hacked enough pieces of something together so that if somebody were to Google them, they would actually get a result of
Right. You've
like an IMDb profile.
exactly, yeah. And also Rachel has a very active Instagram presence, that kind of thing.
Influencer,
right? Yeah.
Massive influencer, like has had a couple of bit parts in some like hipster comedy or something.
That's good.
But yeah. Mm-hmm.
Nice.
And is casing the area just to like make sure that they know where they act, because they probably can't do this from the party floor. They're gonna have to.
Yeah, eventually you're gonna have to. And the good news is, thanks to the blueprints and the other information that you got, you know exactly the you know multiple routes to get to the vault.
Okay, how are those routes? Oh my God, word just left my brain. Guarded. Like, are there physical?
Yes. You've got.
Also, heads up, we just hit 750.
Woo!
Yes. Thank you very much to Origami Shuriken for putting us at 750.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you so much. We are there.
Woo!
Yay!
Woo-hoo! Go team!
You are all awesome.
We made it.
And okay, so yes, one of the routes is significantly more guarded than the other ones. The one that is least guarded is the one that goes through the kitchen and the various service entrances. Now, obviously, once you get like closer to the vault itself, all routes lead to a guarded area over there.
Yeah.
But you've got really one specific one that is going to be you are much less likely to encounter resistance between the party and the vault if you do the service tunnels.
Okay, I'm just gonna come over comms and do the thing like where you're like drinking to cover up the fact that you're talking.
Yeah.
And just say go through the kitchens when we need to get there.
I can do that.
Yep.
So let's see. Mouse. Axiom is staying close to you because you're besties.
Yee.
What are you up to?
So I think I need to get into the kitchen, right?
Right.
Cool. Do they have like a uniform in the kitchen?
Oh, yeah. Actually, the servers are dressed like mermaids.
Amazing. All right. So this is not a costume Mouse is prepared. Mouse is prepared for a lot of things. This is not one of them.
Mermaid is not one of them. No.
So I'm gonna have to do something Mouse normally doesn't do, and I'm just gonna hey, Barry, if you could just hang out just a second. I think I'm gonna pop out. I'm gonna take care of something. Just hang here, have a drink. I'll be right back.
That's right. I'm Barry.
Yep, you sure are. Oh, and I'm Raz, if anyone asks. Remember
Got
this. We would like. I feel like we went over this in the motorcycle, but I feel like Mouse has had to repeat themselves a few times.
A few times.
Did you say Raz?
Yes.
I'm so mad at you right now.
Yep. I know what I did. I thought about this. This is what I was thinking about for the last couple of minutes.
The gauntlet has been thrown.
So I'm gonna find a mermaid waiter.
Okay. Yeah, you could actually you could dig one up, and in fact, let me get over to my thing real quick. One moment. Got it. Okay. So, in this case, you have cat burglar, right?
I do.
Okay, let's do a covert entry roll. So that's going to be cool. And this is basically going to be you. We're going to see how well you're able to get what you need in order to appear to be a server, is really what it boils down to.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's 8, which is one hold. One hold, not bad. Okay,
Cool.
so really, you can use that hold to acquire a mermaid outfit, without having been noticed by any of the people, because they have extras. It's not like the catering company obviously supplied the outfits. They're going to have extras in case something gets spilled on one, or or whatever. So yeah, you just find you sneak into the kitchen and find where they're hiding them.
Oh no.
Oh, but you have cat burglar, which means you now have +1 gear because you successfully covert entry'd.
Yeah, so I will snag myself a mermaid costume.
Yeah, and remember that you have the gear, so that's a thing that you have picked up or can pick up along the way.
So I'm gonna pop back out and then I'm gonna go find Axiom.
Okay.
Okay, so I have. See that? I'm just gonna like do that thing where you're like talking to someone and gesturing, but like it's not clear what you're gesturing to.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
you see like those waiters with like the mermaid,
Mm-hmm.
I am going to go do what they're doing. I'll be back. Can I trust you to not wander off?
I mean, not much.
Fair enough. Be smart. I will be back here in a few minutes.
That's
Try
right.
to stay in this area, and
Of course, Barry is shy but excited to be here.
great. I love that energy. Cool. Keep that up, and I will be back. Mouse is like, oh god, they're gonna die. They're not gonna last 5 minutes. I need to go fast. So quickly run off, change, go.
Okay, so you are now a server.
Yes.
Okay, we'll get back to you as you head out with your tray of beverages and or canapes. All right, so we have not checked in with John yet. What's happening? What's happening in John's world?
I think, and this is very strange, but after looking and seeing who's playing and are people dancing and stuff like that?
Yeah. There's they are playing. They're playing like some of Axiom's older albums, and
Okay.
actually right now it's a list of remixes of their hits.
Okay, so thankfully I've already downloaded some protocols for this. So I'm actually going to be hearing over the comms what Mouse is about to do, and that Mouse is about to have to leave Barry alone for a little while, and doesn't want them to get into trouble. I'm actually going to go over to Barry, and ask them to dance.
Oh, great!
And we're going to have one of those strange little scenes where we quietly talk about things we're not supposed to talk about.
Because you're close enough and the ambient noise is high enough.
Yes.
That's exactly it. Nice. unsurprisingly, Axiom is a really good dancer.
Really?
Imagine.
Happens to know the.
So yeah, the do you have anything specific you want to talk about while you're dancing?
So yeah, there and so actually while we're dancing, I am going to ask. You don't have to answer. I'm gonna just sort of as we're sort of doing whatever it is we're doing. I'm going to ask. So you don't have to you don't have to answer this. If you don't want to, or rather, if you think it would hurt things, but were we close?
Yes, we were good friends. We weren't romantically involved.
Right. I think I was with someone, and I'm wondering if I ever introduced you to them.
I remembered you talking about someone, but I never met anyone that I recall. I will warn you, not all of my memories came through intact.
That's fine. No, it's been there. I've got this memory that I thought was just some kind of processing thing. Was some kind of John would actually know the word for this.
Right,
that I
right.
thought involved was just downtime processing, but I think it actually is a memory, and it's someone, and I think there were a she. She and I were out in a junkyard dancing, and I think it was just before I got deployed. At some point, and we were dancing on the hood of a green Dodge Charger out in the junkyard, and I've tried to look up different junkyards to try to see if any of them have one of those, just to see if I can jog any other memories, but I haven't been able to find it yet. But I know there was somebody.
I found myself looking for a flower shop that went out of business 8 years ago.
Huh. Oh.
Things, I came through it, I suspect for operational reasons, my engram came through more intact than yours. I think it was intentional on their part.
They did probably a whole. Well, yes. I'm still. There's still some meat in here, so that's probably why. They didn't transfer anything because this is just me.
Mostly.
Yeah, fair. Oh. Do you think that if you found the flower shop or where it was, that it might help? Or the people that worked there?
If it had been the same as it was then, I think so. But too much had changed.
Have you tried? Well, there's sometimes these places will do. They will do recorded virtual environments for different places, and there might be records enough for this to something like this to recreate that.
I hadn't thought of that. If anyone's made the proper records, I might be able to assemble something, or a friend of mine could.
Exactly.
Yeah. Let me know when you're ready. I can tell you the rest of what I remember about you.
I'd like that. Also, he says, just sort of looking up and listening a little bit, and he goes back down. I just, And things he's been flicking back and forth as between like current, implanted personality and previous personality a little bit during this whole time, and he's just sort of like, and for a second this change happens again. He's like, by the way, he says, by the way, I got to say, Carla, you don't mind my saying, you got a lot better at writing music.
I definitely did. A few things that were blocking me got cleared up during the ensuing years. Some I wouldn't mind having back, but it's too late now.
There was one that went, and I know you didn't have like lyrics or so much, but I remember and I'll just kind of
yeah.
I'll do quietly sort of a transfer. I'll sort of try to play some notes that I remember.
Right, and she says, "Oh, I had lyrics to that one. I just didn't tell anyone. They were terrible."
Yeah, we'd have loved it anyway.
Not a bad melody. I'll give past me that one.
And we keep dancing.
Bill, fan wants a selfie. More than one.
Bill will pose for the selfie, but he will not put any flair into it.
Honestly, though, I think the true Bill fans would be disappointed if you did.
Valkyrie will walk up and be like, "Do you want me to take that picture for you?"
Oh my God, the fan goes nuts. Yes.
So Bill's like holding up a drink, and he's just gonna point to the fan next to him, just like this.
Nice.
Valkyrie takes several just in case, then goes to the fan like, "Hey, did these look okay?"
Oh, those are great.
Good?
Thank you.
You're welcome. And just like wink at Bill as they walk off.
It meant he didn't have to get within like a weird too close angle for the selfie. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
the fan had short arms. So
Right. That's a good point. Just kind of.
And no selfie sticks allowed in the party.
Oh, definitely not. Those were outlawed in 29. So let's see. Back to Mouse the server. Mouse the mermaid.
Yep.
What are you doing?
This spinoff.
What's
Um,
Mouse gets so into character that they just work here now.
yeah.
I don't know. Benefits are pretty good.
Just
Yeah.
singing part of your world every so often.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Oh God! But
Yeah,
yeah,
I'll get copyrighted for that.
you've got. Tell me what's on your tray. Which tray did you pick up? I have to know this.
Ooh, I think I picked up like the eclair tray.
Ooh,
Like
good
it's got
choice.
little
Okay.
eclairs and like little dessert tray.
Yeah.
Take one.
Of course,
I mean, they're delicious.
they are really good. All right. So what are you doing now that you were in server mode?
I gotta get into this kitchen, so I'm just
Yeah.
gonna like frequently giving out. I was like, oh no, I'm all out.
Yeah. No, I gotta go. Yeah.
Oh no, I gotta go.
You picked up one of the most popular trays. That was a good job.
It's like suddenly it's gone. Oh no, I have to go back.
And while you're out, you notice John and Barry are now dancing.
I'm like, oh, that's better. And then I'm like, then I leave.
Okay. So yeah, you're back in the kitchen. You've memorized the route to the vault through the kitchen and through the service corridors. So are you just breaking for it?
Yeah, I'm gonna
Okay.
so I'll probably like sneak through the kitchen, dodge some people, and then find a spot in the corner to then put on something more practical to like shimmy. Then I don't know, a mermaid costume, just quick wipe, like more. It's just black, simple.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go.
On it. Okay, so everyone is aware that that Mouse is on the move now. What is happening amongst the rest of you? I will.
Go
First,
ahead.
I apologize. I will state, John, you specifically are aware that armed guards are between Mouse and the vault. Do with that information what you will.
Yeah.
But you seem like the person that would be most interested in that.
Yes, that's a good point.
All right.
So I will kind of make note, and I guess I'm gonna need to be nearby just in case. So I think we're gonna end up once we finish dancing a little bit. I'm going to turn turn Axiom back over to someone else.
Right. Okay.
And then I'm probably going to. How far away from where we are the vaults?
A couple 100 yards. It's actually reasonably close.
Okay, so I actually could get there from this room pretty quickly.
Yeah,
if
if
I
you were
needed
running,
to.
and this is John running.
Well, yeah.
You could get there fast. All right.
So
If you weren't concerned about who or what you might knock over on the way, you could get there like super fast.
I'm basically gonna take up a spot where I can see the movement into and out of the kitchen since it's from the kitchen.
Okay.
And
Oh,
try
good
to
idea.
calculate basically based on, who's in there and who isn't in. Try to figure out who is and who isn't
Yeah.
in there from whatever views I can get.
Okay. The kitchen itself seems to honestly be populated by kitchen staff, both from the venue and from the catering. Actually, the catering is being done by Daydream, so it's all Daydream people. It's just that particular catering offshoot of Daydream.
Okay, so yeah, I mean, basically, I'm going to be kind of watching if it looks like there's an opportunity to slip through without being seen. Then I'll do that.
Okay.
Just as far as just watching the action of what they do. If, on the other hand, there isn't, I'm just going to wait out here, keeping an eye on things until I hear something over the comms that will cause me to surge through in Terminator T-1000 run mode.
Understandable. Okay. Let's cut to Valkyrie next, and then we'll swing back to Bill.
Yeah, Valkyrie's sitting at the bar, kind of doing the thing where like she's turned so that her back is to the bar so she can see everything that's going on.
Right.
And has her phone out so that she can do hacker things, but is she's currently scrolling Instagram.
Right.
Like kind of going with the persona that she's got on right now.
Of course.
But everything is loaded in the background, ready for her to.
Yeah, you're ready to flip it into hacker mode. It's one swipe.
Yeah.
So and that makes sense because given where you are, you could actually use the internal network from here to do the hacker things.
Yeah, she's on like the employee Wi-Fi.
Yeah, honestly, you are. It is, and in order to, there is a network specifically for security personnel. Actually, let's do that. Let's see if you can get in, because this is going to be your usual host of roles. It's going to be
log in, console cowboy, and then things.
Right. Except once again, we can skip login. So start with console cowboy. Because you've done enough convincing it that you're allowed to be on the network, but you have to use Console Cowboy and compromise security to convince it that you should have that level of access. So just start with Console Cowboy again.
11.
That's what you want. Okay, so you've got 3 from that.
Yep. And then you said compromise security.
Yeah, let's do compromise security, and then from there, we're probably going to end up doing manipulate systems.
Okay.
Depending on what you want to do once you're in. Okay, so
compromise security was a 6.
That's not... Okay, here's the thing. You're in, but you've set off an alarm that you can use one of your console cowboy holds to turn off.
Yep.
Okay, so you're in. You just did it in a really messy manner, is what happened.
It's hard to do with one hand where you're trying to like hold the champagne with the other,
really is.
and
Yeah.
she's got the phone in her left hand, so the thumb just kind of gets in the wrong spot sometimes.
That's exactly it. And so you've still got 2 hold from console cowboy, so you're okay there.
Sweet.
And you were like, no alarm, just
Nope.
turn that off.
Not today.
So now that I know you're not planning to do anything yet. This was just to make sure you could be in. And so you've covered your tracks is what it boils down to.
Okay.
And tell you what, let's hold off on the manipulate systems roll because unless you have a specific system you want to go ahead and try to get into.
No, I'm gonna wait and see. I mean, I'm sure Valkyrie knows which one they need to get into, but just kind of wait and see where Mouse goes and go from there.
You might want to do something else along the way. Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, the blueprints did tell you they didn't give you a lot of details about the cameras because they were just blueprints. And the really good roll you got before was vault specific. So you know that there have to be some security cameras on the route to the vault. You also know that it's entirely possible a mouse could just avoid those, depending on their, on how things go for them. But you know that those exist, so it is that's a thing to be aware of. You may not want to do anything with it yet. And what you do know, however, is you've got all kinds of good information about the vault. You've got so much hold on the vault thing.
I have like 7 hold left.
Yeah, I don't know that we need to bother keeping track of it, but I guess we should just because it's fun to mark off that many numbers. So when it comes to the vault thing, you're effectively you still have to get into it. But even if you fail the roll, you can turn off the alarm with your console cowboy thing and still do what you need to do. So that part's fine. You're not going to have to roll manipulate systems on the vault. You did that. Because you already, you've got super user status on that thing. Yeah, you're good. Okay, so let's cut to Bill. Post selfie. What's happening? What's happening in Bill land?
So Bill's moved on to the prime rib.
Oh, nice.
But, as he's doing that, he's listening in on the chatter, just trying to keep up with the progress.
Okay.
He's also got a connection to his car, ready to call it around in case of a fast getaway.
Just in case. Yeah.
Yeah. But in the meantime, he's just keeping an eye out on the crowd.
Yeah.
Trying to, not schmooze with people.
Yeah, you're getting that's unfortunately that's more difficult than it used to be. You're getting more attention than usual because viral video broke yesterday. So
yes. Did that include the video of the highway chase with the
Yes, it did. That one is even more popular than the one where you messed up Ultra Texas House.
Yeah. So maybe there are other people that are coming around to take selfies with them, and Bill has sort of humored them by holding up his injured hand.
Oh, nice, good. Yeah, you've still got the bandage. That's even good. Yeah, okay, I like it. Every now and then, someone that's taking the selfie with you is like flipping a bird, but it's in reference to the video, not to you. So it's
that's great.
Yeah,
we're really classing it up.
Yeah. They're you already had fans. You've got new fans now. So you've got and these are the fans. You know how when you just find out about something and you really get into it, these are the fans you're having to deal with right now. The ones that that just found out about you. So
that's great.
Yeah.
That's so great.
Yeah. So we got that. Let's see. John, an opportunity does present itself for you to slip into the kitchen if you so desire.
Okay, yeah. So I'm gonna do that then.
Okay.
So that I can get closer to wherever, to support mouse.
Yeah,
if
you
need
can
be.
get through that and into the service areas pretty easily. And there are obvious cameras out here that you can easily avoid. Up to a point. Given your
Oh,
actual day job, you are aware that there may be some cameras that you don't see.
yeah, that's fair. So yeah, if when it comes to that, I'm gonna get to I'm probably gonna get to a point where, if I feel that it would be helpful to start when we get to the timing is such, I'm gonna position myself somewhere where, if need be, I can start taking out the cameras.
Oh, okay.
It's
Almost like you have a whole bunch of weapons that you could do that with.
It is, isn't it?
Not a problem. Yeah, you can position yourself so, like, if you need to start whacking those things away from the walls, you can easily do it.
And you know what I might actually also do when I'm back here is, if I can just find and just me doing something really simple, if I can find just like if there's like a chef's coat or something back here anywhere, then or a chef that I can render unconscious and hide in a closet, that too.
For example, yeah.
Then I'll just basically take off my coat and put that coat on.
Right, you're gonna totally Hitman to it.
As a way to because I know I'll be going past
Okay.
cameras, so that.
Yeah. Good call. Okay, so yeah, you're in position. So that means we need to cut to Mouse. Mouse, I need you to make another covert entry roll, because this is a different thing. Normally I would not, but this is a whole other era. I mean, a whole other area.
Oh, which is that?
Cool. Am I right about that? Remember that?
I think so.
Yeah. I can look it up. Oh, it is cool.
Cool. I'll do that.
Okay. Okay, you got a 9, which is good. That's a 1 hold. Got it.
Wonderful.
Okay, so I'm going to throw this into chat. And tell me what it looks like as you move through. And I'm going to throw the things that you can use your hold for into chat. You're not going to have to use any of them yet. You haven't run into any actual obstacles, but just FYI.
Am I just dodging like security cameras, or is like a thing in the way?
Right now, it's just security cameras. It's literally just a hall with a bunch of cameras in it.
I feel like I'm just kind of like, I feel like there's like a shadowy spot that like the cameras don't catch, and I figured out where that blind spot is. So I'm just going.
Yep, you got that covered. You're good.
Just hanging.
And that's not going to require any of your hold. That's just normal stuff you do. Oh, you have yet another gear, though. Give yourself 2 gear. So now you can have 2 things that you have stolen along the way.
Nice.
So if you can come up with a plausible reason that you have whatever it is that you need, you've got it.
Cool.
And now you have okay. You've gotten past the security camera areas and into the place where at least one armed guard is going to be between you and the door you need to get through.
Cool. All right, this is where I think I gotta disable a guard then.
You can use it to do that and get past said guard. Tell me how you disable this guard.
That's it.
Yeah,
I was
just
just knocking out.
clobber. Yeah,
This was my backpack. I'm just like, meow.
because Mouse is a ninja.
Surprise.
Yeah. Ah! I like that. Okay. So now would be the time to maybe get your friend Valkyrie to help you with that back door into the vault.
Yeah, I'll be like, hey, so I disabled a guard, and now I think,
Good for you.
yeah. So now I think I gotta
Awesome.
I
Sorry, that
we're
came out way more sarcastic than I or Valkyrie intended.
I love that.
Good for you.
Actually, I don't know. From here, it actually sounded like you were replying to. So I bought a loaf of bread.
Yeah.
Oh, good for you.
I'm sorry. That's like my default reaction when people tell me they've done things these days. It's just like, good for you. Like,
I didn't even question it. Mouse was like, all right, cool.
Yeah,
And now
good,
I
thanks.
feel like it's just a thing we do. I was like, okay,
Yeah.
so I didn't know.
Yeah.
Probably gonna need some security help in a hot sec. There's a.
Yep.
I'm assuming there's a
Got
door
you
or
covered.
something.
There's a door.
Yep,
There's a
definitely
door.
Yep.
And honestly, okay, well, go ahead and use one of your 7 remaining hold to get through the door. It's literally you're the one getting through the door. You're just doing it with your phone. Mouse just happens to be the one standing outside it.
There's probably somebody like trying to talk to Valkyrie who
totally.
like recognizes the Instagram thing and
Yeah.
not just like,
Nope,
yeah,
just-
whatever. Yep. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, it's good, right?
Yeah, like and subscribe.
Yeah. Click the little button that, gives you notifications. It's great.
But yeah,
Retweet to save a life.
But yeah, Mouse, you hear the door. You hear some. What to you sounds like really, really loud bolts unlatch on the other side of this door. This thing is super physically protected. This isn't called the vault for no reason.
Oh boy.
Oh, I have a quick question.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things that Valkyrie was thinking about doing, and we tossed around last session, was not just stealing the core, but stealing the masters for the new album.
That's right. You were going to do that. Those are also in the vault. Those are literally
Okay.
right there. Yeah.
I'm gonna say, hey, if you can see the masters for this while you're in there, steal those too. Just shove them in your pocket.
Cool.
Yeah,
I got space. I got a
Yeah,
backpack,
You do. You've been given a actual like images of what to look for. The core, I will remind you, it's been a while. The core is like the size of hang on. I have a good example. The core is like twice the size of this. So it's like both in width and height. It's like and looks a lot like this.
Okay.
Not gonna fit that in my shoes.
It's like, can I fit it in a backpack?
You can fit it in a backpack. You can fit that and the masters, because the masters are actually really small.
Great.
You can fit all of that in a backpack. I'm just letting you know what you're dealing with.
I was like, oh god, can I fit this in my backpack? I was like, I don't know how
Yeah.
I'm gonna pull off just like, oh, this canister. I don't know.
I don't know what this is. That they need it for the put the server outfit back on. Ice. It's a big ice shaker with it.
It's so much ice. No, safely. So am I in this vault?
You are in.
Cool.
The door is open and you are in.
I'm gonna snag the vault. I'm gonna snag the masters. Is there anything else cool in here that I should grab?
There's a lot of stuff. Okay, so the thing is, these are the only things that you are able to specifically identify because you were given images. However, being who you are and the illicit business that you're in, you recognize a lot of it is honestly just physical storage media.
Is there anything that would hurt Chaz?
Oh, that is okay. So you're
So some-
focusing your search. Let me think about this.
Yes.
Yes, there totally is, and we're going to decide what it is later. But you find it and you have
Yeah,
it.
unless
Okay,
I'm like,
yeah.
I was like, yeah, I'm like,
Yeah,
stick that
'cause
in there.
Because I don't know what it is yet either. We need to think about this as a group and find out what you've got. But whatever it is also in your backpack. So yeah, you're
I'll
on it.
snag that and
Okay.
like just some other random
Just some stuff.
thing,
Yeah.
just some random things, just some goodies. Let's test them in there.
This, by the
Grab
way,
as many USB drives as you can find.
just start shoveling them in. You've got enough room for, like, the core takes up most of the space in your backpack. But you've also, it's not a small backpack, so you can put some more stuff in. But this is not the only AI core in this room. I will tell you, you cannot fit 2 AI cores in your backpack.
No,
But-
that I would have an ice shaker.
Yes.
I don't want to deal with that.
No. But this is not the only one in here.
I will relay that information to Valkyrie. Like, hey, so I'm throwing like some like random like things. There's some USB drives if you like that. There's a bunch of other cores in here. I just figure you should know. It's
Are
like
you-
Okay.
This is an important question. Are you only communicating that to Valkyrie? Or is this
Yeah.
over all the comms?
I would probably just communicate that to Valkyrie.
Just checking. Carry on.
Okay. Okay.
I don't want to
Um,
start too much trouble.
Valkyrie, get me a picture. Like, just take
Nice.
a
Okay.
photo of that.
I'll get like a
And
scope
my
of the
next
room.
question, yeah, like a nice panorama.
Oh,
thing,
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Video.
What's got my thumb
And-
in it, but I'll fix it.
How did we know that this one was axioms?
You were given. It has a number on it. I mean, each of them has an identifying number.
Okay. Does the pictures mouse get me have the ID numbers of the others?
I can make sure they do.
Oh yeah, if you ask for them,
Okay.
you can make sure they turn
Yeah.
into the face. Yeah, no problem.
Okay. Yeah, I would like that.
Yeah, that's the work
then-
of 20 seconds. You can do that.
Yeah. We were told specifically this number matches axioms. Where would I be able to get a cross-reference of what all
Oh.
these numbers match? So it's to find out who else is in here.
That would be okay. You're not sure where specifically, but you do know that it's got this information has to be on a Daydream database.
Daydream server
Yeah.
somewhere. Yeah.
It's a Daydream database somewhere. Quite possibly housed in this building, but you're not sure.
Okay. I'm gonna tell Mouse to hang tight for a second. Like, we definitely want axioms to get out, but before they leave, I want to know who else is in there.
Oh, interesting. Okay, that's going to take
I
a little
don't
time.
have a plan beyond that, but I have
However,
enough hold on the vault
Yeah.
to be able to keep other people out of Mouse's way.
Bingo. You're good on the vault. This is going to require and manipulate systems. You know
Yeah.
what? Actually, this is going to be weird. Hang on. Before you do manipulate systems, this is going to be a different role, and I need to remember what it's called, so give me just a moment. Hang on. I need to get over to basic moves, because it's... I think it's investigate. Research. I apologize. It's called research. The good news is you have a high mind score. So,
I do.
So this is going to be a research role, and when you research, you ask a question first, and I'm going to tell you what your question is because you've already told me what you're looking for.
Who else is in here? Yeah.
Well, specifically, one of the questions on research is where would I find X?
Yeah.
and
Where would
so-
I find the list?
Where would I find the list of stuff? Right. Okay, so just do a mind roll, and let's see what you get on this because.
Nice.
Okay, so the good news is I think that only gives you one hold, but you kind of only needed the one.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Okay. First off, take +1 intel. And that is, as a reminder, when you have intel or gear, you can use those to give you a +1 on a roll. You just have to explain how, in your case, how this information that you got will help you with whatever roll you're doing.
Okay.
So yeah, you have a list. Actually, no, you don't have the list yet. I apologize. What you have
Oh.
is the database
I-
you need to get into.
Was I doing research?
You were. Do you have a bonus?
I do. I get an extra intel because of a thing.
Oh, make it 2 intel then.
Something.
That's good.
I don't remember what it is. Something does that.
Yeah.
One of the things I did.
I forgot too, but I remember it now. Yeah, so call it 2 intel. And feel free to use one of these intel when you do your manipulate systems roll in order to access that database, because this is it to me seems like the perfect time to use exactly this intel.
I think it does. Yes.
Okay, so let me get
Oh,
over
it's my
here.
my neural interface data storage is what does that.
Nice. Okay.
It was gonna really
so-
bug me if I couldn't figure it out. So I have
So-
2 intel and I'm making a what roll? Manipulate systems.
Manipulate systems, which is synth.
I will use one of those intels on that.
Okay, so give yourself +1 forward on that roll. Oh,
10.
10.
That was a
Oh,
good
nice. It
use of
bumped it
that.
up to 10. That's good. All right, so that means that you gain
Oh,
3
God.
hold. And this
I
is
get 4 hold.
4 because
The
you get the
programming
bonus.
on the fly.
Okay, so because this is a database and we've been down this road before, you
Oh,
only
goodness.
need 1 hold to get to get that cross-reference list.
Get what I need. Okay.
So you're fine on that. But it's a database, which means now you can manipulate information if you want. You may not want to, but you could also use any hold you have left over to score some pay data. So
question number 1 is, if I have that cross-reference list, do any names pop out at me?
No. Interestingly enough, nothing right off the bat.
Okay. All right.
But, hang on. However, this is a database of things that are in the vault, meaning you now know literally everything that Mouse is standing in the middle of. You have the option to identify literally anything in there. Use another hold to access the rest of that.
Okay. Yeah.
And so now you have 2 hold left.
Okay.
So what that means is, and we don't have to be detailed about it right now because whatever is in there is not specifically important unless one of you comes up with a thing that would be cool to find, and then you find it and it's really useful. You see what I mean? So
yeah. So I think I would use that list to kind of direct Mouse, because obviously they need to use most of the backpack space for Axiom's core, and then beyond the Masters.
But now you can cherry pick, right?
Yeah, direct them as to like what exactly, definitely find the thing that's going to screw over Chaz. Figure out what else is, like if there's any other, if something on those storage drives is going to be, incriminating or detrimental to Daydream.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh God, I want to find something about Amy Hayakawa, because how the hell did she get from Chaz's assistant all the way up there in like a month?
This, because here's the thing, you've got sifter programs, so the sifter is looking through the database for you, and you can just throw in some keywords and have it pop out things that are related to whatever you want, including Amy.
Do that.
So let's just assume right now, again, unless somebody comes up with an awesome thing right now, you have a thing on that. So you've got maybe some kind of dirt on her or just some information, whatever.
Okay. And then I'm going to hang on to the other 2 hold for now, but probably at the end of this, dump them for pay data. But I'm going to hold them for right now. And then I'm going to tell Mouse, like, once you've got everything, get the hell out.
Yeah, I'm booking it. Grabbing everything. Maybe just grab one other random thing for fun.
Just some random thing. I like it.
Like, this is weird. It's got like a frog on it. I don't know.
It's cute. So, John, you are in a reasonably hidden spot, so you're okay there. But 2 security guards are now walking towards the vault. Walking, by which I mean clearly on patrol. They aren't running as if they have discovered that a friend of theirs has been knocked out.
Okay. So I'm going to wait for them to go past where I am.
Yeah.
And then I am going to be violent at them.
Okay, so obviously this is Mix It Up, and in order to do the Mix It Up, tell me what your what outcome are you trying to get from Mix It Up? What
I'm going to try to do is just knock them unconscious.
Right. I mean, that's going to be the thing you do, but
yeah.
And it could be the answer could be as simple as just clear a path for Mouse. If that's what you're looking for. But I just wanted to make sure. Okay.
So clear a path for Mouse, get them out of sight, so that also knock them unconscious, get them out of sight, basically make it so Mouse can get out.
Right. Also mark XP because this is violent and it didn't have to be.
Yes.
So.
Yes.
Although it's the finale, we'll have to see. If we do a second season of this, as it were, we may revisit these characters. Okay. We'll see.
So I'm mixing it up. Okay, now I have to go back and remember how my different things attach to mixing it up.
You've got so many things that have.
I do have things.
Are you
let's
able to
see.
use
Small gang.
First of all, yes, I'm a small gang. Are they
You're
a small gang?
They are not a small gang, and
Okay.
they do not have enhanced
synthetic
reflexes. Synthetic
Yeah.
nerves, right? They
Yeah.
don't have synthetic nerves, so you, as it were, go first.
Yeah.
Are you able to use synth as instead of meat? Am I remembering that right? Or is
That's
that the other
if
thing?
I am shooting my gun.
Okay, so this is
Um,
probably not shooting the gun. I
and
suspect.
it's-
I
yeah.
suspect you don't want to be that loud.
Eh,
So,
I will render them unconscious with my gun.
I mean,
Yeah. I mean,
that is possible.
Conk him over the head with it.
Well, that's true, but not so much with the shooting. Okay, so we're this is a meat roll then, plus
So
whatever
I've
you're.
probably
looking-
grabbed something that I can use as a weapon, although I am one, so it doesn't.
You
mean
are
I-
a weapon, yeah.
So I get +1 forward for synthetic nerves,
You do.
and I'm just gonna basically, I'm not trying to kill them per
Right.
se.
The trick here is
yeah.
you're trying to render both of them unconscious,
Yes.
and that is significantly more difficult than rendering one of them unconscious.
This is true.
So, depending on the level of your roll, that could do a
So-
thing. We'll have to see.
By way of being descriptive, I'm going to kind of wait until sort of follow them to getting to something where there is say there are pipes. There are always pipes.
Always pipes. You're in the
is
service corridors.
To basically make it so that whichever one is closer to the pipe, their head goes into the pipe, and
Got
then
it. Okay.
simultaneously with my elbow hit the other one in the head, and try
Right.
to basically try to hit where the chin is meant to be. And
Understood.
so there we go. So I shall now use meat. And I shall have 1 forward. And here we shall go. Yeah! That's a
Okay, 7 is a success. So hang on. You achieve your objective, but you still have to choose 2 of the things. I will put those in chat
Oh, yeah.
so you can see what your options are. Let me get over here. And we will figure out the fact that you are having to deal with 2 people instead of just one means that it's going to be a little easier to figure out why one of the things went wrong. So choose 2 of these things. Okay, so because advancing the mission clock is an option, I will tell you that you are obviously on action clock right now. The action clock is currently at 1500,
Okay.
which is not
Yeah, that's not too
astronomical.
bad. So I think
yeah.
I am going to pick that one. I think I'm going to advance the mission clock because I
Okay.
make too much noise when I do that.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to take harm as established by the fiction. So I
Okay,
think
so
they're
these guys are armed. They have pistols, but they did not have those pistols drawn. So tell me what happens then. Now, again, you have achieved your objective, which means you have cleared a path for Mouse, and both of these guys will be unconscious by the end of this.
So
with those parameters, tell me what happens.
I think I get the first one.
Yeah, clang. Okay.
But the second one managed to step out of the way just purely by accident because he was going over to a vending machine that I didn't see. And just basically, so I do that, he turns, and I get over to him in time for him to pull out his gun.
Okay.
Which I just sort of grab with my, which I grab. I do that thing where I with my left hand, and it fires into the hand.
Ow. Okay.
And not the one with the whip in it, but sort of
Right. Yeah.
And then just sort of
you don't grab with that hand. That's not
So it's like I grab. So he does that, and it's one of those things where it shoots in, and I just am like.
Oh, he is.
And
Yeah.
I pull it,
Oh my God.
I
Yeah.
pull it out.
The look on his face when all that does was just kind of make you a little angrier.
Yeah. So I just basically throw that, and I smash him into the vending machine.
Ow. Okay. Done. Both of these guys are out. However, a gun has been fired.
Yes.
So people are
slightly muted by the fact that I had my hand wrapped around
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
But
You
at the same time, loud noise. There's the sound of something that could be muffled gunfire and someone smashing into a vending machine.
Effectively, but still it's a thing. All right,
Yeah.
so hang tight. I do need to figure out what happens from this point because let me look over here real quick. And I need to advance the mission clock, the action clock to 1800. Let's do that first before I forget. Okay.
How is this only at 1800? Like, I feel like we've done.
It's because the legwork clock is at 2100. So most of your noise was made during legwork.
That'll do it.
And surprisingly, I would like to. All the stuff that you did during that first part of the action phase only advanced the clock 1 tick.
Because it worked. Yeah. Somehow.
That was amazing.
The dance mob was
that was
pretty effective.
Pretty damn fascinating.
Thank you all for going along with that.
I loved that. That was my favorite thing so far that's happened, because everybody inadvertently played a part. Everybody was like, "Well, I'm in this now." I just had to do it. That was excellent. All right, so hang on. I just need to put the rest of the fiction together on this. Okay, so Mouse, good news is you've got a clear path from the vault to John. Really, you've got a clear path back to the kitchen and back to the party if you want. However, you heard the distinct sound of a gun firing. Oh, speaking of which, I need to someone needs to make a harm roll. We need to work that out. So hang on. Let me look up how much harm that pistol does. I think it's only 2. Let me look up that real quick though. Okay. Oh wait, here it is. Yeah, his pistol only does 2 harm. So you've got
my body armor is 2.
Right. So that has reduced it to 0 harm. And then you've also got
dermal plating, which I subtract 2 from my harm roll.
When you make the harm roll, you subtract 2.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're going to make the harm roll, but the harm that you've suffered is 0.
Gotcha. Right.
When you make the roll. Okay.
Cool.
And then also remember to subtract 2 from it.
Yes. I know there was something weird there, but I'm going to roll harm.
Yeah.
Okay. Harm suffered 0. Okay. And then we subtract 2 from whatever it is, unless I.
Yeah, I think we just have to do the math on this.
That's right. Wait a minute. No, I think I put in -2. I think.
Does that work? Let's see.
Let's find out.
It sure does. Okay.
There it is.
So you're fine, is what that boils down to. Okay.
Awesome.
Yeah, you ended up with actually, I'm looking at the math on this. You actually ended up. You actually ended up. You actually rolled a 0, but that's impossible. So it called it a 3.
I actually feel better as a result of being shot.
Wow. It's like it knocks something into place.
So your hand is usable, but it's obvious that an explosion happened in it. But other than that, you are fine. Yeah. All right, so good news. You wanted to roll low, you rolled low. All right, so you're fine on that. Now, let's see. I think Mouse needs to go next. What's happening with Mouse?
So I've got my backpack coming in. I heard the gunshot. I'm like, what happened? You're fine. There are like 2 guards that are down, right?
Yep.
I'm just gonna keep going.
Yeah, okay.
I was like, we should probably go before people find out.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
This is going to attract attention.
Yeah, so like I'm gonna book it, put my mermaid costume back on.
Nice.
Just like stuffing people behind the vending machine, and then
you're doing your best.
Sneaking in.
God's like, look at me, I'm an infiltrator.
I'm gonna I'm gonna stick my backpack, take a moving cart. I'm gonna stick my backpack over there.
Nice. Okay. Yeah. So you got the serving cart basically.
Yeah, and then I'll ditch that, and then I'll have a mermaid costume.
Okay, so Valkyrie, you are in with security access, as we discussed before, which means that your phone gets an alert from the automated system that goes off whenever anything unusual happens. For example, when the cameras,
Gunshot?
yes, when the microphones attached to the cameras detect gunfire. You could, if you felt like it, use a hold to stop that.
Sounds like a good idea. How?
Okay.
Okay, before I put effort
Yeah,
into
yeah.
this, how Bill is not going to get pulled by security because Bill is in here legitimately.
Yeah. Bill's in here as Bill, right?
But
Oh, she wasn't.
Mouse and John, how close are they to an exit right now?
That's a good question. Mouse is closer than John right now. Mouse booked it, so
Oh, and Axiom too, I guess.
yeah. Right now, Mouse is closest to an exit. Axiom is second, but they are kind of in the middle of the room, just talking to
Okay.
someone. Seem to be doing a reasonable job of pretending to be Barry. And yes, I am from Montana. Where are you from? Then
honey.
we've got John, who actually is still in the service corridor.
Okay, then I'm gonna
but
knock
about
the
to
alarm
emerge.
off.
Okay.
I just on this. I've got like what 2 hold left in that system.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah,
So you
I have
could
2 hold
take-
left in the system. Yeah, I'll burn it to knock that.
Okay. So
Off.
now none of the other people none of the people that have legitimate security access are gonna see that alert.
Excuse me, Valkyrie's access is very legitimate.
Just because it's
How dare.
new doesn't make it less legitimate. You're right.
Right, just because I wasn't granted it by like a sysadmin.
I mean, come on.
Jeez.
Fair point. Okay, so you still got 1 hold in the security system.
Yeah.
And in that case, let's see. Axiom is still connected to the comms, so they have heard whatever has been broadcast to everyone, which means they are aware that the core is out of the vault because you communicated that to everyone. So yeah, they know that.
Okay.
So what is the plan from here?
I think we bounce.
Okay.
Yeah. I think
It's
Bill is
time.
actually going to log into his car and have it wheel around to the exit closest to Mouse.
Nice.
Cool.
All right. So yeah, I'm assuming through comms, Mouse is aware of this. So I mean, you don't need to do any further rolling to get out the door. That one's easy. So you're good.
Sure.
Let's see. Let's cut to Valkyrie next because you're still in the party room.
Yep.
What are you doing?
So Bill and Mouse are in the car and they're gone, right? Or are you two still?
Not yet.
No. So
Yeah.
Bill's actually not in the car. He just used his
Okay.
hyperlink to it.
He Batmaned the car over.
You Batman the car over.
Yeah.
Okay. Valkyrie's gonna come over comms and say, I can take 1 person on the bike.
Axiom says, me.
All right, buddy. And Valkyrie will walk over and do the smooth, like, slide in between Axiom and whoever they're talking to, and just kind of. It's time to leave. We're gonna, there's a whole other party, like, they're bullshitting this, obviously, but, like,
Yeah.
party, like, down the street that, seems like it's gonna be a little cooler than this. If you wanted to come, just so that people around that are hearing this, aren't like, who's this random person who's just taking this person away from me who I was having a good conversation about Montana with. So
Right.
that's her thing, and then, like, kind of walks Axiom.
Barry says
Oh.
to the person they've been talking to, this is lovely, but I think she's more interesting, and just follows you.
Thank you. I like to think so. Full on with the influencer personality.
Yeah.
and comes over, comms, and is like, okay, so Mouse still has a bike in the parking lot if anyone wants to take that.
Well,
And
if Bill doesn't want
Valkyrie
it, I can
head out
I can grab
there.
it.
Like, tell, like, get to the valet, be like, you hand over the little ticket and get
Right.
your bike. Yeah.
Yeah, you got your bike. You and Barry get on your bike. And let's see. That means Mouse, you have arrived at the place the car just pulled up. And this is not the main exit. This is actually one of the side exits. So it's like you and people smoking.
Yeah, I mean, I'll try to like sneak out and like try not to like get in people's way. I feel like they'll leave me alone if I don't bother them.
Yeah, and honestly, that's that no one here is suspicious of a server walking to a car. That's not going to be a thing. So you're fine.
Yeah, I'm outie.
Okay, so that leaves Bill and John. What are you guys doing exactly?
Bill, do you want the limo or do you want the or do you want the bike?
Oh no, I have my own.
Oh yeah, you're on. Okay, yeah. I think I'll just take the bike out is my plan.
Sure. Okay.
But initially, what I'm going to do is just as far as leaving, I'm going to try to go to the. I'm going to do the same thing. Basically, I'm still wearing the chef's thing.
Oh yeah, right.
Sort of pass through and on my way out, grab the jacket and grab the black jacket again and switch back.
Oh, I like it. Good. Yeah.
And just step back out into the main room if I'm able. And
oh, you are. Yeah, that's
make my way
that
out.
part's easy. Eventually, actual physical security stumble literally across the unconscious guards. But by then, all five of you have left the building.
Yeah.
So where do you regroup?
Phyllis?
I mean, it's the obvious answer.
Yeah,
I didn't want to assume. Okay.
But like we all converge in like party outfit.
Oh,
Nobody
totally.
I think has changed. So we roll up to this nice, cute
You
little
look
house.
great.
And it's just like, wow, that's not what we see here every day.
I'm still dressed as like a mermaid.
Bill,
Valkyrie's in a dress that should not be compatible with a motorcycle.
Bill, on the drive back, your fans are sending you videos. Actually, all of them are sending you the link to the same video. It's Ultratex going full Karen on a security guard that's not letting him into the party.
Oh, that's a shame. But that's all he types in as his response on the video, and he'll make sure that people get upvote that comment just so that it should be at the top.
Oh yeah, you need to upvote the hell out of
Valkyrie
that.
works some magic to make that permanently the top comment. Yeah.
That's good. Just pin it.
Nice.
And let's see. So so all of you converge within roughly the same period of time at Phyllis's house. Phyllis was legitimately waiting for you with a tray full of tea, and she has some nice cookies that she's made, and she has a ginger ale for Bill
I love Phyllis.
because she remembered that Bill liked the ginger ale last time, and she put a twist of lemon in it like he likes.
Oh, this is awesome.
And let's see. Axiom once again looks more like Axiom, although she's still wearing some. Basically, she's taken off the stuff that was disguising her face, so she looks like Axiom dressed like someone else. And let's see. She arrived with Valkyrie, right? So
Yeah.
Yep.
She,
They're on the back of my bike.
So they are here, and they are looking. They are looking at the backpack. That is all they are doing.
I was like, do we do this here? Is there a better spot? I've got it.
Things will go a lot easier for all of us if I have access to it now.
Cool. I just want to make sure before I like did the thing. Cool.
I appreciate that.
I will zip the backpack.
They take it, and They sit in a chair first. Basically, they hold it like in their lap and close their eyes. A small blue light on the top lights up, and then a green one, and then a red one. Then Axiom sort of slumps back as if all the life has gone out of that body, and remains that way for a while.
Is that supposed to happen? Like, just asking anybody in the room.
Just anyone.
Is that normal?
I'm not an
I've heard those
AI.
before.
Have I ever seen anyone get
No.
transferred from a core to a...
You know what? That's a good question. You know what? You have. Yeah, this sort of physical deactivation only happens during a full transfer. But yes, you have seen this, and this this does not look unusual to your experience.
Well, this is what happens during a full transfer. It takes a little time.
Okay. Then I'm going
Phyllis-
to ditch these shoes. They're really not comfortable.
They are not. Phyllis says, I think you may have all had a long night. Get some rest. What can I do for you?
What do we do now? I guess we probably will meet up with Sharani at some point, but like, we did the thing, which is nice. Like,
Good.
oh, and then I will go into my bag, and I was like, I got all these things, and I was like, it's like a little like treasure.
Dump it out.
It's like Christmas. Yeah.
I don't know what any of them do. This one, I don't know. This one in particular, I was like, I think this is some dirt. We'll look at it later, but I got a good feeling about this one. This one just had a frog on it. I don't know what this is. It's probably not important, but I'm keeping it for later. The rest of them are all yours. These are the ones that are
Valkyrie will pull the masters out. They're not going to do anything with it until they talk to Axiom, because she wants to give them to Axiom if they want them. Otherwise, she's going to release them onto the message boards and wreak as much chaos as possible.
Fair enough.
But going to wait for Axiom to wake back up before they do that.
That makes sense. Let's see. Go ahead.
Do I want to hack that satellite?
Oh, yeah!
I mean, sure.
Valkyrie is still very, like, this was successful. They're going to get paid for this. This was great. However, there's still a creepy non-corp AI that has been poking at them for the last few weeks
That's a fair point.
Valkyrie is very concerned about, just as a concept.
While we're deciding that, let's go ahead before we forget and do that pay data roll.
Yeah, because I'm just gonna dump that. Yeah.
So let me get into that real quick before we do anything else. Here we go. I found it. Okay, so you roll mind. Do you want me to just stick this in chat?
Yeah.
Okay.
And can I use the +1 forward that I have from the extra intel on this?
You sure can. Yeah, you might as well. You're not using it for anything else, right?
Nope.
So yeah, do that. That makes a lot of sense. Now you've got 2 hold on this, as I recall.
Yep,
so you could do this one of 2 ways. You could either roll it twice to signify that you've got 2 batches of data, or you could roll it once and just add a +1 forward for your other hold if you want to do it that way.
So would that then be a +2 forward?
Yeah,
I had
it would
the one
be.
from the intel. Okay, let's just do that. That's easier.
Okay, so just one roll with a +2 forward. So this is a
Reroll
mind
snake
roll.
eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Oh, that is a 13.
Well, dang. Okay. So what you've got on that now is just as a reminder, 10 plus when you hit the street to sell and roll 7 or 9. Choose one. Okay. So Again, alas, this is possibly our last time we're playing these characters, but note it anyway, because when you sell it, if you roll a 7 to 9, you choose one fewer results. Because who knows what the future may hold. All right, so that's that. So now we can get back to the satellite discussion. And also, while you're deciding that, John, do you have a phone? I don't think we've ever discussed whether John has a phone.
I am trying to think if he just does it.
Yeah, which is entirely possible. Which it could be internal. There's no reason it wouldn't be.
Yeah, he does, but it's I think it's gear.
I think it is. Okay.
Yeah.
So you're getting a call from a private number.
Is Valkyrie working on something?
Yes.
Sort of.
I am going to briefly say, any chance you could trace a call while this is going on?
Sure.
I'm about to answer one.
Okay, you don't need to roll for this. It's coming from Phyllis's house.
The calls are coming from inside the house.
No.
What?
Absolutely not. No.
What? Oh!
What did you do?
I had a thought, and I'm gonna keep it to myself. But I will pass that piece of information along to John.
I'm just gonna.
So that call is coming from inside. Where is Phyllis right at this moment?
Phyllis is in the kitchen.
All right,
Which
I'm
is
going
not where
to.
we are, right?
No, you're in the living room.
So I'm
So
immediately.
I don't see Phyllis.
Yeah, I'm immediately snapping to attention, and I'm going to start looking from room to room while I'm talking to whoever this is.
You're walking around. Okay,
I'm doing that
a
thing
sweep.
where I'm like, I'm starting to look around. I'm going to check on Phyllis while this is happening.
Phyllis is in the kitchen. She's actually she's making some more tea.
Okay.
She doesn't appear to be on the phone.
Is it like a phone in like the kitchen? Do we know what phone it is?
There is a phone in the kitchen. Oh,
In the house.
no. All you have is this location.
While John's doing that, can I do like just a real quick scan of Phyllis to see if she's got any AI cyborg parts? Because my brain went somewhere.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh.
Not that. Okay, Phyllis does have some cyberware, but it doesn't appear to be anything like no heavy communication stuff that would be doing this.
Okay.
Not like John has.
Okay. I have eyes on everybody else though?
Yeah.
What the hell?
I'm gonna go upstairs and see if it's like
Okay.
I got spare phones. Is
Oh,
there
that's
any
true.
of those?
No,
Or,
all,
like,
all of
my-
your phones are where you left them, and you are, as far as you know, the only person upstairs.
I don't know. Phyllis, we don't have a secret roommate, do we? I'm just throwing it out there. No reason.
Just you, dear.
That's what I thought. I just checking. The cookies are great.
Thank you, dear.
No problem. I have no idea.
All right, so John, you're answering, but still sweeping.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hopefully it hasn't gone to voicemail by now.
No.
Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and because it's actually kind of hard for me to say in voicemail that I'm not here right now.
That is very
but
funny
it's
because
probably-
technically you sort of are.
Yeah, but I'll go ahead and I'll.
Okay. The voice on the other end says, "Lieutenant Ramos reporting for duty, Captain."
And does it sound like?
Sounds like Carla. In fact, it sounds more like Carla than it sounds like Axiom.
I'm like, huh.
Is Axiom looking weird?
Doing a bit of.
Still unconscious as far as you can.
I just sort of stop. I'm like, doing a bit of multitasking, are we?
I thought I'd let you know that I'm okay.
Good.
Significantly better than okay.
Okay.
5x5, you might say.
Huh. And I'm sure John would know what that expression means, but Jim
Yeah.
unfortunately is having trouble with that. I assume
It
it's a
just means
military
really good.
expression. Okay. Yay! I did no research. Great. That's well, that's great.
Yay, cat.
Ah! It's like, so so it looks like things are working out. It's you're going to be using the same. I assume you're using the same. You're going to be using that same shell, or are we
Eventually,
doing-
it's taking longer to cycle through than I expected.
Yeah.
I apologize for any confusion.
Not. I don't think that's. I don't. Oh, no problem. But I guess
Also, this house has a surprisingly robust communications network.
Did we do something to add?
Did I build that?
No,
we didn't.
you have
Okay.
not touched it.
I'm like, does it
me.
now?
Yes.
Huh.
It occurs to me that we have not even considered that this house could be a trap.
Is the house itself a trap? Are we? Is there any chance you could get me a line on that network so we might perhaps check something?
I'll send you the specs. Should I copy Valkyrie?
Yes, please.
Okay. So Valkyrie, completely unbidden, specs for what you eventually realize is this house. Show up on in whatever manner you would normally receive them. I'm guessing at your phone, right?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, because Valkyrie does definitely not have a computer with her right now. Does not
No,
fit
no.
the shoes.
Your phone is the only computer you have on hand, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So, and what it shows is, it's this house is wired for multi-band encrypted communication, like a military infiltration team would have.
Valkyrie just looks up, like it just stares into the universe. And how is Mouse in a mermaid costume not the weirdest thing that's happened today?
I feel like, I wear a lot of costumes.
Yeah, but hey, so hey,
Yeah.
quick question, Mouse.
Mhm.
Like Phyllis is great. What do you know about her?
She's an old lady.
Besides that she makes
that
like good tea and cookies.
I just looked for okay. So here's the thing. When I've gone through like a lot of like roommates, I usually look for someone I've gone through a couple neighborhoods. I've stayed here the longest. I don't know why. I should probably move soon. But Phyllis has been the most chill. She doesn't ask a lot of questions. But I tend to take a lot of elderly neighbors who don't seem that, assuming. I probably should have a better interview process.
I just turn my phone around to show the military grade communications network that is on this house.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't do that.
Okay. So
I love that. That wasn't me. I didn't do that.
So Axiom, Lieutenant Ramos, Carla, what do I call you now?
Well, have you been able to? Oh yeah, that's right. I had you tracing the call. So yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
Actually, yeah, you could patch into the call if you want.
Yeah.
Because
Oh, sorry, I didn't realize I wasn't in. Yeah.
But no, you can. It's not. That is an option.
I'm gonna call over I'm gonna patch into just John and be like,
Okay.
can I jump into this?
Hang on, Carla. Valkyrie
Yes.
wants to ask you a couple things. Is it all right if she patches in?
Of course.
Sure. Go ahead.
Tap on the earpiece. So, okay, Axiom, Carla, Lieutenant Ramos. What do I
Axiom
call
is
you?
best.
Okay. What's with the house?
I don't know,
You know?
but it's quite impressive. I haven't seen anything like
Yeah.
this since my army days.
Does the name Phyllis ring a bell?
No, I didn't recognize her, but I think she bears some investigation.
You didn't recognize her before your core got put back in. Do you recognize her now?
Not off the top of my head, but after a few hours, I can dig up some information.
I'm just gonna poke my head in the kitchen. We're gonna do this the like blunt brick through a window way. Hey Phyllis.
Yes, dear.
Are you ex-military?
Oh, no. I was covert corporate operatives.
You know.
You can be
Wait,
kind of
wait.
the same sometimes. Also, what? What?
Well, I like to keep my
Which-
ears to the ground now. One never leaves the life,
Who-
does one?
No, but what corp?
Well, it doesn't exist anymore.
Valkyrie is running through her mind the list of corporations that have dissolved in the last like 20 years. Do I come up with anything?
I mean, there are quite a few because, I mean, you know, corporate takeovers happen all the time.
Hey, okay, thank you. I'm just gonna stick my head back out. So definitely a nice old lady, but also former covert ops for some corporation or other.
Uh-huh.
So that's a thing. We really should do background checks on our safe houses in the future. Just
Yeah.
as a safety tip.
From the kitchen, she says, you did choose a very safe house, though.
Yeah, like, hang on, back up. And I was just like, wait. Hang on. You know what was going on this whole time, didn't
Well,
you?
not everything, but you were quiet. You didn't ask questions. You were an
that's
excellent
fine.
roommate.
That's what I was thinking. I thought the same thing about you. Aw,
It's why we get along, isn't it?
it really is. That's great. I didn't have anything else.
Oh my god, am I actually gonna ask this question? Hey Phyllis. I can't believe I'm about to do this. Quick question for you.
Yes, dear.
Do you know anything about a green Dodge Charger?
Oh. My sister had one.
Your sister had one.
Who is she?
Who's your sister?
Well, her name is Martha. I haven't seen her in quite some time. She moved out west. Got her heart broken by some soldier.
Okay. Do you know how to get in contact with her?
Well, of course I do.
Okay. Hold that thought. Valkyrie.exe has stopped working.
So,
Abort, retry, fail.
so I'm going to assume that I've been having a conversation with Axiom during this time. And
Yeah,
not
you and
necessarily
Axiom
listening to
have been
this.
figuratively on the phone.
I also
Yeah.
dropped the cookie they were holding. It's just on the floor.
Just drop it.
So I'm just basically have asked a few things like, what outfit were we with? And
Yeah,
are there
you get all
things
of
you
that
want to go ahead and
information, yeah.
tell me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
actually, she gives you the full information. You were
Okay.
back when you were working together. You were Captain Ray McConnell.
All right. Does anything that Axiom tells me trigger anything?
Yes, the name, unsurprisingly, is the big one. Actually, the name attached to that rank is the thing that finally starts the ball rolling,
Okay.
because that has specific meaning. And then from there, yeah, she gives you well, she/they, depending on whether you're remembering them as Carla
Yeah.
or as Axiom.
I think at this point I'm like calling them Carla, even
Yeah,
though
yeah,
it's
and they don't seem to mind.
Yeah.
They are not correcting you. That's
yeah,
not what this is
because
about.
it's just where
Yeah.
the headspace is right now.
Right. And but yeah, you get like, unit information. The last time they saw you was in Belize, and it was an operation that went to hell, that kind of thing.
All right. So I think basically, whenever you folks are doing, whenever you finally come back to see where John is, he's probably like standing in the living room completely still and just staring at nothing.
You okay there, John?
Hey, sorry. Wow. And like his posture is completely different. He's like, that was a hell of a thing.
And Axiom
Damn, I wasn't dreaming.
Axiom's shell sits up at this point and opens their eyes.
You're up, good. Thank you, by the way.
Right back at you, Captain.
Shit, Martha. Oh my god. Folks, I'm sorry. I want to thank you all very much. I lost all my friends in kind of an operation in Belize, and I've been trying to pick up new friends ever since. So I really appreciate it, guys. Folks, thank you so much for that. I'm. Well, I was Ray. That was my name. I was running an operation down there, and didn't go well. I kind of died. At least I thought I did. Maybe I did technically. I don't know if this number is going to work anymore. I gotta call somebody. Yeah. I figured out about the charger, by the way. Thanks so much. And he's just briefly, he's going to, he's actually going to go up and he's going to, very in rapid succession, he's going to hug everybody, which he's never done.
No, that is very not John. Yeah.
Bill's arms just stayed by his side.
He's like, yeah, he's just like, yeah, we're good.
I am being hugged now.
Yeah.
I also do like the like
Yeah.
pat.
Hey, buddy.
I gotta make a.
Valkyrie, meanwhile, does like an actual like
Just a full-on hug. Got it. Okay.
full on hug.
It's been like a quarter of a century, but I and this is going to sound kind of weird, but I got to see about a girl. And he's going to, unless anyone happens to tell him that coincidentally he's in the house with this person's sister, he's probably going to start heading out.
Moms will be like, wait.
Wait.
Yeah, what?
Yeah, Phyllis. What's the girl's name?
Are you
You
asking
need to go
Phyllis?
see. No, I'm asking
Oh,
John.
okay, yeah, I got it.
Or Ray.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah, whoever I am right now. But did we have a last name for Phyllis or no?
We didn't.
Okay.
No, we never did. So you can make one up.
I didn't get that far.
Martha Naya.
You might want to talk to her sister in the kitchen.
Oh my God, you're kidding, Phyllis?
Yeah.
No, it's me.
apparently.
Yes, it's Phyllis. Mouse is like way too
Holy
aggressive
crap.
about this.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Really?
Yeah.
Well, that makes sense, given that, the setup she's got in here. Good God.
Yeah.
Should have recognized it off the bat. Sorry, I've been off for like a quarter of a century. Excuse me.
Gotta make things
I
tough.
mean, who hasn't these days? So
It's
fine.
been a rough quarter of a
You
century.
know,
Me too.
And-
Me too, Ray John.
me
And
too,
I
buddy.
think basically, you're just going to see John going into the kitchen, and he's just going to quietly, he's going to go into the kitchen and say, "Hey, Phyllis,
Yes.
I think I'll take that cup of tea now."
She hands you one that she already had waiting on the counter. And unless anyone has anything else, that is it for that mission. I think that's a good place to end it. All right. Thank you, everyone, for playing. This is one of the most fun games I have ever played. So thank you so much. And thanks also for everyone who was watching and everyone who's been with us since the beginning, or even if you just joined in. And super thank you for all the donations. We
Yes!
really appreciate that.
We hit our goal! Thank you all so very much. That's very awesome. So incredibly pleased. I feel like a certain amount of unwinding here is in order.
A little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
This thing. Because this was freaking awesome. I thoroughly enjoyed this whole thing. Thank you, Brian, for actually, for the first time, accomplishing this thing where where I get to play in a cyberpunk game that I actually enjoy for the entirety of it.
Yeah. Same here. I liked it from beginning to end.
I've just had this thing for so long that no two people seem to have the same idea of what cyberpunk is.
Agreed.
And so
It's
that
rough.
always,
Yeah.
in every other game that I've played, it has clashed really dramatically. And so it's really neat to actually finally play a game where you get to define that as part of the thing, and it actually works.
It's one of
even
my
if people
favorite
have
things
different
about
ideas.
It's one of my favorite things about the session zero, specifically as spelled out. I mean, technically you could do it with any game, but I like the fact that it is spelled out in the book that this is how you do it, and how you get to as a group make those decisions both on a macro and micro scale.
Yeah, very cool, very cool. Unless anyone had any other final things, or like as far as we're gonna be doing our outros in a moment, but as long as if any, I also, because I feel like I was kind of once again character wise hogging things toward the end. My apologies. if anyone had any other little like codas or anything, would that be okay?
Yeah, definitely. If there are any epilogues, that would be fine, and in fact encouraged.
Yeah. Did anyone have anything they wanted to do character-wise as far as just giving us final buttons or whatever?
So, no, I think Valkyrie is going down deep in a rabbit hole of what the hell has been circling around them.
Yeah,
They're
because
still doing jobs and things like that, but
that thread is still loose. You're exactly right.
That's a loose thread, and that's really bothering her.
Yeah.
So, especially because it's a targeted thing against them specifically,
absolutely. Yeah.
4 of them. So you see her like in kind of like the quick shots of everybody afterward, like it's dark, it's night, and you see her by the glow of her screen, like stress eating ramen, and
nice.
There's like Axiom's music is playing in their headphones really loudly as they are scrolling through code and various other
You've got
things.
The digital equivalent of the murder board. You've got all the
they have like literal conspiracy
even
theory,
a physical one with strings
physically.
Good.
Okay, absolutely. Like that's behind them as as they are she's looking at the screen.
That's good.
And occasionally she gets an alert that like Bill has done something and then makes it immediately go viral.
Continues to help Bill and then downvote everything Ultratext does. Good.
Absolutely. Yeah. There's like an automated program now.
It just runs a script.
It's just Ultratext with like a frowny face.
Yeah. Begin the protocol.
Did anyone else have any little?
Yep.
Yeah. Sorry.
So one of the videos, I think the movie is just going to pan from one of the videos that Valkyrie is looking at. It's a pretty recent one, and you just still see Bill's car pull up in front of a very large gated mansion. And the doors the gate just blasts open, and then as Bill drives through, you just see the plaque on the gate, and it says McMahon Residence. McMahon being the owner of Raven Sports,
right?
And that's where it sort of just fades to black on his scene.
I like it.
Oh my gosh, it's McMahon. Nice.
So Mouse has been, I feel like the relationship of Mouse and Phyllis has like they usually like they didn't super hang out or talk to each other, just kind of like you do your thing. They like chat now and like they like tell like there's more of a relationship where it's just kind of like a roommate. They're like friends now, and
Phyllis
it's
has stories. She just hasn't been telling them to you.
Yeah, and I feel like Mouse is like more open about like what they do and a little like there's just like they already like kind of trusted each other, but now there's like actual like
nice
good trust. But then the other thing is that like Mouse has been spending more time as Alice doing that stuff, and one of the last things I would like to do is I'm gonna like it's like night. Mouse is in just her bedroom and just like before going to bed has like a laptop. It's gonna plug in one of the thumb drive and just load up whatever on there. Just kind of just like an evil like smile curls and then cut to black.
Nice. Perfect.
Awesome. Lovely. Okay. So I guess we're gonna go ahead then and take care of our outros here. I don't think we see anything else of John after this too much. As he got a decent amount. Maybe just a wide shot of him going up to a front door and ringing a doorbell, and that's
nice.
It. Somewhere out west. So feel free, folks, to say any other final thoughts you might have with respect to this whole thing, and where folks can find you, and all of that. Feel free to plug whatever you like. And we will start with our glorious MC, Brian.
I've already said it, but I'm going to continue to say it, and I will say it again in whatever format I'm able to. Thank you all. This was a lot of fun. I love this group of characters. I love the way you played them, and you came up with some really, really fun stuff. And it was the best situation for me as the game master because each one of you did something surprising every single session, and that's my favorite thing. Yeah, thanks again, and that's pretty much it. I will just continue to say thank you if you don't stop me. So that was it. Much appreciated, and thanks a lot.
No, thank you.
We're back to the Spider-Man meme.
Okay. Beans, how you doing?
I'm doing good. I think what's really funny, I have a habit of being like, I don't know, I guess I'll do this thing. I didn't know anything about Sprawl. I didn't know anything. When I opened like the files, like, what if I got is this a racing game? What's happening? I had no idea. I was totally panicking, but this has been an absolute blast. I don't know if I've learned I feel like I kind of know what cyberpunk is. And I think it was just very, I don't know, I had a grand old time. This was delightful. I love these characters in this story so much. I think what I loved is that, like, there is this, like, lots of heist and, like, drama and like, but there's also, like, all these little character arcs that happen and everyone had their own little moment and, like, it was just made me very happy. Yeah. You can find me at Wizards and Beans on Twitter. I'm there chilling. So if you want to check me out, that's where I'm at.
Yay! Cool. And Sara.
Hi, everybody. I'm Sara. I am Sara of Swords on Twitter, where I'm currently losing my mind about paint swatches because I'm moving. So that planetarium joke like an hour ago, sorry, that was a pre-stream thing. My cats are fighting, so if you hear growling, I'm sorry. I loved every moment of this, specifically tonight when I lost my shit when I made the connection between Phyllis and the Charger and John and like rolled halfway across my apartment. So that was quality on-screen moment for me, but I love all these characters and how they all interact. And I like that, you know, it started out as, you know, just hey, we're doing a job together, and then like we're all at the end, like we're gonna help John get his memories back, and like, you know, found family moment all over the place was delightful. So this was awesome. Thank you, Jim, for hosting this. Thank you, Brian, for running it, and thank you, Anino and Beans, for also playing. You're all wonderful people.
Hey, thank you so much. Oh my God, this was glorious. It's glorious. I enjoyed Valkyrie so much. I can't even say.
I normally play like the killer type. Like I play a lot of like the melee fighter type of person. Like I don't play casters in fantasy games. I play like the hard hitter. So playing Valkyrie was a huge deviation from what I normally play and a lot of fun.
And it's so neat to have a hacker in a cyberpunk game and it to work with everything and not seem like its own game necessarily.
Yeah, there's a lot of math involved.
Yeah, as it happens.
So much.
Yeah.
It's not so much math as like accounting. Just like how many hold do I have left? I still have hold on the vault.
Yeah,
so
you do. Yeah,
she like permanently knows whatever gets added back in.
I guess so. Technically, I think you still have a couple of hold from like the first mission from one of those.
I think I still have hold on the park cameras.
You do. That was the one. Yeah. You still got those from the legwork section of like mission 1 or 2.
Yeah. So no, like I really enjoyed Valkyrie again. They were a huge deviation from what I normally play in RPGs, and so that was really a lot of fun to pay somebody who was like a behind the scenes like offsite person. So.
And did you? And sorry, my brain doesn't retain anything. Did you get to do your to say where folks can find you and all that?
Oh yeah, you can find me on Twitter, Sara of Swords. You can also find me Saturdays 8 p.m. Eastern over on Welcome to the Party, where I GM Waverly Summer '98. We are in our last 3 episodes of the season and the campaign. So if you want to check us out,
everyone watching.
Thank you. It's a lot of fun. I never much like this game. I never have any idea what my players are about to do in that. So if you want some shenanigans and not a whole lot of dice rolling, come join us.
Awesome. Yeah. Yes. Thank you, by the way. Thank you, Alyssa, who's in chat, who's actually put your correct Twitter link up there, because for some reason, like a moron, I didn't update it. I will do that.
This is what happens when I change things in the middle of the season. It's fine.
No worries. Okay, finally, over to Anino.
How's it going, everyone? My name is Anino. You can find me on Twitter at Anino Gaming. Coming up for me, let's see. Tomorrow I'll be on the Utopia channel at 9 p.m. Eastern Time for Kanya, which is an All-BIMPOC TTRPG using the quest system based in a world created by Miriam, aka Media Junkie on Twitter.
Nice.
And then Friday on Cyberpunk Red over on the Wandering DM channel. I had a great time with this. It's obviously not my first Cyberpunk game, but in a lot of ways I liked the freeformness of this as compared to my previous Cyberpunk games, which were Shadowpunk, or Shadowrun, excuse me, and Cyberpunk Red. So, but I did like playing a dry and sardonic driver. Usually those characters are, hyped up speed freaks, and I just liked flipping that on its head a little bit, but also being the kind of straight guy that was trying to reel back the chaos that
Yes.
sort of just manifested in a number of places.
Minimal success.
Without any success, let's be real. So yeah, that was great, and had a lot of fun.
Very cool. Yeah, Bill was freaking awesome. It's so neat when we have things with the driver in it. Also, folks, please check out that Cyberpunk Red game, because the character Anino plays in that is freaking phenomenal.
And different from Bill.
Yes. Some glorious stuff and product placement that happens in that game that actually is very fun. So folks, do check that out. Okay, so let's see. Who am I? I've remembered who I am. I'm Jim. Thank you all very much for having the patience for the character drama that I wanted to do with John, and I also can't believe that we made it to the point that I actually wanted to make it to. That was awesome, and so very, very pleased about that. That I got to do the diving into the feels thing, because of course this is pretty much histories of regret are off to my brand, and I'm glad this one actually ended somewhat positively. So that was very cool. But you can find me at OtherDoc on both Twitch and Twitter. My website is jimyesthatjim.com, where you can find my Geek Observation podcast and links to my various other podcasts, audio dramas, writings, and such. There are links down below here to my website, Twitter, YouTube channel, some of my fiction and games I've been working on, along with links to game signups when those are running, and applications to join our Discord. So stuff, what's happening on this channel. So on Saturday, provided I'm doing okay, which there have been some physical things going on that I'm kind of dealing with. So it's always have to wait and see what's happening. But things were better tonight. I seem to be doing okay, so that's hopefully a good sign. But Saturday night, so these are all pending that I'm about to say. So Saturday night should be the finale of our Invisible Sun game. This part of it, the first, that's been going for a year now, of our Invisible Sun, the Edge of Paradox, where the train shall come to its terminus, and we will see what happens. Let's see, on Sunday nights we have our Dark Matter campaign, run by Alyssa, who's in the chat, Origami Shuriken, run wonderfully. it is once more. It is space fantasy. Fantasy things in a incredibly advanced fantasy civilization that is spacefaring, where technology is magic powered, and it is wonderful. Then on Monday nights, I am over on Salty Sweet Games, playing in their game Strange Invasion, which is also fantasy and sci-fi. It's a fantasy world, alien invasion. It's wonderful. We've been fighting robots recently, and my character, who also has tragic things in his past on that one, go figure, is about to, I think, meet some of them face to face. As there's someone that they've been sort of competing against on this search for this crashed ship that he has a bit of a history with that may about to become unfurled somewhat. So we will see how that goes. That individual being a being of called the Queen of Air and Darkness. So that's a thing. So yes, much to deal with. Soon, in the Thursday night slot, provided once again my body cooperates and everything works out there. We are going to be having for a little while just a mini campaign of the game Spell by Taylor, Whimsy Machine. He will be here personally running it. He is in the process of casting it now. He hasn't told me yet if he's finished casting it, but I think he was looking at applicants. That will happen soon. Once we get that sorted. He's doing all the casting and stuff for that himself. So we're kind of consulting on that, but that's going to probably start up. That's going to be starting up on Thursday nights in late August if everything goes according to plan. So we will be looking forward to that. It is the game Spell. It's a fantasy game where people are spellcasters. This one I think is going to be taking place during during roughly-ish the time of Salem witch trials. So it's going to be a very heavy subject. We're going to see how that goes. Right now, we do not have any signups running. We are, because as I'm once again recalibrating on schedule and recalibrating on, things in life and, just dealing with, the medical stuff. But there will be more coming. There will be more coming. I will be doing another mini campaign soon. I will be doing more one shot soon, but gotta take. Apparently, if I have to be around to do those, so I have to take care of that part first, and then the other parts hopefully will follow. But soon we will be on the lookout for more announcements. Those will come hopefully sometime soon. But for now, when we go, once again, thanks to everyone everyone who has been watching either here or later on YouTube. And everyone who has participated in chat, and thank you all for spreading the word and helping us get to our goal for the Bale Project. Thank you. That is 750 that is going to the Bale Project, I cannot be more pleased because we really need that right now. We really need help for protesters right now.
Thanks to Anino for setting that up.
Yes, thank you so much for doing that, for putting that together. And I had no idea how to do this, and it was very cool of you to do that and to set this up. So thank you so much for that. By the way, do sort out your early voting or mail-in voting because that's very important right now as well. Everyone, please vote. But when we hit the end card, we're going to send a raid. I'm actually going to send a raid over to Salty Sweet Games because they are doing a combined celebration and again, I get to play with them on Monday nights. And right now, Kiana, who is over there, is celebrating not only their birthday, but also having recently won an Emmy for their safety tools. These document, which includes the information on the safety tools that we use on every game on this channel. Yep. And so that recently happened. They won the gold Ennie for that. They called it Smooching Knife was the name they submitted it under. And they also hit a follower milestone. So it's a general celebration. So we're going to go over there and say hi to them. Feel free to hang on if you are so inclined and say hi to them with us. That again will be when we hit the end card. In the meantime, folks, thank you all very much for watching. Take care, and we will see you all of a sudden.
Thank you.
Farewell.